Hey, what does GOTY stand for?
That's not how you spell goat.
It's about predictions. We're predicting the game of the year. And tonight on Hack the Dino, I'm predicting a mild dose of hilarity and a massive case of brain tumours. Hack the Dino. Hello, greetings and salutations. That's right, I'm making up words, which is highly unlikely of me.
I know you do it all the time.
Okay, I do it all the time. And in case you're wondering who's a voice? Okay. I'm Ben Rosenthal, the self-proclaimed Pokemon master. That was bad. That was a bad one. I really got to script
It was probably
these.
one of the worst, actually.
It was probably the worst.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is Hack the Dino, your gaming cast, where we bring you the past, present, and future of video games, news, previews, and discussions. But enough of this corporate shill. I'm joined at the hip by my co-host. We've had a very successful surgery, Floppy Starrick.
I was about to make a joke about my arm being around you, but you just did it for me with
I
joined
didn't
at the
even
hip.
realise. Yeah. It'll do. What's going on? Whoa. What's going on, Mr. Flopmeister?
Where the fuck did that come from?
Oh.
What's going on?
Yep.
Shits and giggles, mate.
Oh, good.
Shits and giggles.
Good. All the both together. Speaking of which, where were you last week?
That's I've. Thank you. I do have a little bone to pick.
Little?
Yeah,
Yep.
little bone
What's
to pick.
that?
There seems to be a bit of inequality when it comes to the reasoning that.
We're all about equality here.
Whoop.
Thank you. Just hold that. Everyone's equal at Hack the Dino. And I'm introducing our other co-host, the wonderful, magnificent, splendid, brilliant person who has won so many awards. I just can't keep up with them. They will certainly go on to bigger and better things. Probably best looking person in the planet?
You've already introduced me.
Brayden Dixon!
Oh, I was going to say Anto's sitting right next to me, but that's fine too. Hello, everybody.
We're
How are
all
we?
about equal measures here, aren't we, Brayden?
Yeah, equal rights so long as you're not on the right and you're on the left. Bye.
And speaking of the right, you social media guru Anto's here.
Hello.
There
I'm
he
not
is.
on the right. Please don't attack me for not, being a good person, because I am.
You're on the literal right, not the...
He's sitting to my right.
Yeah.
Which is screen left, so it's fine.
Thank you for the clarification.
Hey, fascism sucks. Anyway, on tonight's show, we're going through the 2021 Game Awards and our predictions for who we think is going to win.
We're just ignoring the whole pee-hole diarrhea thing.
I don't know what you're talking about. But before that, Floppy,
Yes, mate.
what have you been playing?
I played a few things. I've been playing some Pokemon.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
We will talk about
because
that.
I jumped my own run sheet, but that's okay.
Yes. Yes, you did. But I've been playing some Pokemon. We'll talk about that after. But I tried out a different game.
What the shit, Floppy? What are you doing?
I bought...
Brayden, I think you know what to bring up.
Okay.
I bought and tried out... Because, I don't like to judge by a cover or a name or a subject or a rating. The Smurfs Mission Vileaf.
Hey, Brayden,
Yep.
you ever played Jumanji?
Fuck off. I never said Jumanji was good. I said it was great if you don't want your kids to play Call of Duty. But
Sorry, for those of you who are listening, because we've had an influx of new listeners and viewers, I'll just explain this Jumanji gag. When Floppy
and then
first
I'll
joined-
explain it properly.
No, you won't. Brayden will kill your mic. When Floppy first joined us, a year or so ago, just over 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago, he wanted to review games, and he would just grab any game and review it. And he thought it'd be a good idea to review the movie adaptation for the Switch called Jumanji, and spent about, 20 minutes, Brayden?
It was like 3 minutes.
20 minutes talking about what a wonderful game it is and how everyone should play it, and it's his best favourite game ever, and he's going to marry it.
The incredible part about it was that within the first 2 minutes, he had explained the entirety of the game.
Yeah, but just kept going, and I still distinctly remember... It was when Dan was still with us. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
And Dan and I literally just looked at each other going, what the hell is going on? Why is he still talking about freaking Jumanji? But anyway, Floppy, tell us about this bullshit.
Fuck you. So I picked up Smurfs because, due to my age, bit of a nostalgic connection. I watched Smurfs when I was a kid. I like 3D platformers, and it is legitimately a solid 3D platformer in...
In that you can physically hold it in your hand?
Yes, Ben.
Yep.
Yes.
Good.
And the fact that it is called Collectathon, 3D platforming puzzles. You upgrade your little Smurf gun.
Yep.
There is...
Smurfs have guns? Weren't they like anti-gun?
It's like a vacuum. It's kind of like Luigi's Mansion meets Spyro the Dragon as a Smurf.
Is Gargamel in it?
He is.
I will say, Michael Towns in the chat said it just before I could. It is Blinks the Smurf. It's exactly like Blinks the Time Sweeper, but with a Smurf instead.
I didn't know that Blinks was this slow.
Oh, well, there is one criticism I'll give it so far. Like, I haven't played heaps of it yet. I've been going through the first few levels, and it's fun. It works well. The controls are easy. The little collectathons, if you want to go hard, is cool fun. Like, it's a little repetitive, like any 3D platformer. They do replace way too many words with Smurf.
Yeah, right.
As you almost did just then.
Yeah, I can't help it.
Your worms.
Worms,
So what Smurf
Smurfs.
are you playing here?
You're playing as Hefty, but you do swap around a little bit.
Right.
I got the collector's edition.
Oh, Jesus.
Because it was like 20 extra bucks and it had a figure of Hefty. And a soundtrack and stuff.
The only thing hefty about this game is the
Keyring.
hefty living you'll have to do to play it. So what would you give this out of 10 bananas, Floppy?
Oh, I'd give it solid 6.
Wow. You heard it here first, folks. Smurfs, Floppy's 2021 Game of the Year. Don't
fuck
need
off.
to do any other debating or talking. This is what Floppy likes to play. And that is why he suffers from chronic pee-hole diarrhea. Brayden!
Hello.
What's going on? What's cooking?
I've been able to play video games again.
Holy smokes! What's good? What?
What a world we live in, I know,
What a
right?
time! What an age!
So
You know what you should do? You should play Smurfs.
no. Instead, I'm going to play this other really cute 3D platformer. I picked it up on a Black Friday sale because it's the exact perfect game to play when you're just wanting something to play while you're also catching up on watching a bunch of other shit. It's Sackboy on PS5.
Wait. So you play this game while you're watching something?
Yeah.
How does that work?
I like play and listen to stuff and like watch stuff at the same time. So
He's sub 30.
yeah, I have.
So
my
what, you have two
laptop-
screens, or
I have my laptop next to me on like I have a stupidly large desk that I made out of a massive plank of wood that I bought from Bunnings.
That doesn't mean you have to use all of it.
But then
I've got a drawer full of forks, but
I've
I
got
don't
my-
use them all the time for my dinner.
So I've got my TV
once.
on there, and then next to my TV on the desk, I have my laptop set up watching whatever the shit I want to watch. And so
Are
then
you watching it?
Well, I like glance here and there. Like, it's Sackboy. It's not the end of the world. I'm not gonna miss getting a headshot at any point in time. Not that I play first-person shooters that much anyway.
Yeah.
But it's the perfect sort of super chill out, collectathon platformy stuff. This is the type of game that I grew up playing and love, and it comes very naturally to me. And I finally got a chance to check it out because for some reason it's still 110% full price for the PS5. And
Dude, have you ever seen a Pokemon game that's ever dropped in price, or a
yeah,
Zelda
but
game?
that's Nintendo and they're psychopathic.
Yeah,
Whereas-
that's
And
true.
it works,
That's
right?
fair.
And
yeah,
it works.
so clearly PlayStation are going, hey, we're still selling PS5s by the second they're available. So maybe we can just keep it full price? And then I got it on a stupidly good Black Friday deal.
It's such a good game, isn't it?
Along with Guardians of the Galaxy, which I'm going to play soon as well. Very much looking forward to it. But no, it's a really fun game, really cute.
Did you finish Guardians, Floppy?
Not yet, because I got Pokemon.
That's right, you got Smurfs. Sorry, my mistake.
And that'll be something I pick up at some point soon as well. Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Very
Smurfs.
excited for Pokemon.
Yes. Hey, while we're talking about Pokemon, let's jump into the Pokemon discussion. I too purchased Pokemon, and all right, we'll go with you.
Did you get Diamond or Pearl?
I got Diamond
Oh, me too.
and Pearl. I got them both.
Oh.
Which
one are you playing? Are you playing Diamond?
Not only, all right, this is how diseased my brain is. Not only did I pre-order and get the special steel edition of Diamond and Pearl, because I knew I wouldn't be able to get it that day, I also purchased it digitally so I could play.
You're a fool.
Well, I needed it for the collection anyway.
You know what? You could have just given me that $80 and I'd have driven it to your house.
Well, would you have though?
Yeah.
No, I don't
For
think
$80?
No.
Fucking oath I would. I'd have done it naked.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
got
Sometimes
his-
my inner monologue disappears.
He got his Pokédex out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, this game, we'll go to you, Floppy, because you've never really played a Pokemon game that much, have you?
Well, no, that's not true. I have started playing them over the last few years. I definitely haven't, grown up with them. I missed them when they came out. I was like 16 and
Too cool.
No, I found Girls and Booze.
That's a Pokemon coming up in the next generation.
Girls and Booze.
I thought it was a Motley Crue song.
I think it's a Motley Crue just lifestyle. So I missed it, and it wasn't until my late 30s I picked up Soul Silver and played that. That was the first Pokemon game I ever played.
Soul Silver, that wasn't out in 1943.
Oh,
Correct.
Continue.
You get a point. And I really loved it.
Because you're old, get it?
I get it.
definitely peaked
That's why I
the
need
mic on that
glasses
one.
and why I'm going bald. Oh, wait, I'm not.
Oh.
It's a choice.
No, it's not.
No, it is a choice.
Why? Because you don't want to have that one hair on top of your head.
Correct.
And which I really like Soul Silver. I thought it was really cool. But I don't have like the nostalgia for it.
Yeah, I just want to interject here about a story that Floppy told me. I think it was 2 or 3 shows ago. We were sitting here and going through Pokemon Go. And I came across and showed you a Machop or something.
Oh, this was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. And you looked at me and you go, "What's wrong with him?" I said, "What do you mean?"
Different colour.
And you went, "He's a different color. Isn't he supposed to be green?" I went, "No. What? Why do you think he's green? Oh, mine was green." Floppy, that's a shiny. You've been playing with a shiny? Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Didn't mean anything to me.
But anyway, continue.
But anyway, and as much to other people's disgust, I picked up Let's Go Pikachu, and I really liked it because it was like a nice little intro into Pokemon.
Absolutely. Yeah, it did exactly what it was supposed to.
Yeah, it did. It got a 39-year-old man into Pokemon. Sounds creepy when you say it like that. But yeah, and then played Sword and Shield and really dug that. And I've started to buy up some of the older ones, which I want to go back and play as well. I picked up a really nice box copy of Sapphire.
You did. That was
a few
very
weeks
nice
ago.
copy. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I like the animation. I like the fact that it's like a real grindy RPG, but without having the huge grindy hard stuff.
It's RPG light.
Yes, yeah, let's put it that way. So I can pick it up and play it for 10 minutes if I need, and I don't have to, and I don't stress out or whatever. I can, wake up in the morning and play a little bit in bed or something. It's just nice and light, and I can go as grindy or as not grindy as I want. So, yeah, I thoroughly enjoy it. I picked Turtwig as my starter.
Cool.
I went for Grass because I do know that he I was about to say transforms, evolves into the giant turtle, like with the world on his back, sort of thing.
Torterra. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
I've got 3 gym badges at the moment.
Oh, very nice. Out of the 8. So you've not played, because I noticed in your collection before that you have Platinum, which is the 3rd one.
I do have
and
Platinum.
There's not a lot of Platinum in this, which was a bit of... There is Platinum aspects, but they didn't remaster Platinum. They actually remastered Diamond and Pearl. And one of the things you may... Braden, when you played Diamond and Pearl, did you play Platinum as well?
I did not, but that was because I was a child without my own money, and my parents couldn't quite comprehend what was different enough to buy it for me.
Right.
So
Correct me if I'm
I didn't
wrong.
get allowed to get that one, but I heard it was really good.
Yeah.
When they do that, and they do like they did, was it Crystal was one of them?
Yep.
And then Platinum was another one, where they remake, or is it essentially the same as the pair that came before it, with like enhanced features?
Correct.
Or?
Yep. So that's traditionally what they've done.
It's a little bit dirty, isn't it?
It's like keeping half the Pokemon on one game and half the Pokemon on another one. So if you want to collect the whole Pokédex, you have to buy both versions of the game.
No, at least I get
a
that one where
salesman
it's like you get 2 people to buy it and you trade Pokemon. I get that, and it's encouraging the whole trading thing. But then a year later, releasing the same game but on one,
Yeah.
but you tweaking a few things.
Yeah.
This is
Yes
pretty dirty.
and no, but it's generally they're the better games. So Pokemon Platinum had a whole nother area. Well, not a whole nother area. Had a whole nother mission where you went into the subspace, and it also had little improvements of life, like the Poketch had a backwards and forwards button. Whereas in Diamond and Pearl, which is what they've replicated here, you have to keep on pressing the button. And
I
if you
don't
skip
get what I
it,
use that thing for.
you will eventually.
Okay.
So, there's been some complaints. I've found it's not like, so this is the first game that, or remake that the Pokemon company hasn't done. They outsourced it and got, I think the guys who did the, what was that Metroid game called? They remade the second one.
Other
Metroid
Other M?
Samus Returns.
No. The Game Boy version. They
Anto's
remade-
got it.
Oh,
Sorry, Brad?
It was Metroid 2 Samus Returns.
Oh, thank you,
Or
Anto.
Return of Samus. One of the
Return
two.
of Samus. Yeah, the company that remastered that, they got them to do this.
Okay.
Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Firstly, the art style. I freaking love it.
I don't know why he has devil horns though.
Because, anime.
Oh, what did you call your besto?
I called... So, if my... my opposite person is a friend, I call them Harry, after Harry Osborn. If they're
Not
like
your mate,
Gary
Harry?
Oak, I call them Norman, after Norman Osborn.
Really?
Yep,
Every time.
every time.
I named mine Poopy McFace.
Yeah, you're a funny guy. So,
My 4-year-old thought it was hilarious.
what was I saying? Yeah, the art style. I really like the art style. It looks like the DS version, but polished and brought up on the big screen, and I love it. The music's really, really good. What I didn't so much like about it is there's just a couple of bugs that sneak their way in. I was in one specific area, and if I moved into a specific point, there was a whole line that ran across the screen. Screen. Like, they've just forgotten to put a data line in there. And a couple of times there'll be no sound effects. Like, whether they... well, the most obvious one is that you'll throw a Pokeball and it won't do the ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
It'll just haphazardly not be there, and it won't be there, and it will be there another time, but not there. Just little things like that. But overall, the game's really, really cool. Really love it. Really enjoy it.
I wonder if I've come across them but just not noticed it because no prior knowledge.
Yeah. So this game for me, as I highlighted on my Instagram page, Mr. Benjamin, check it out.
Hey, Ben, there's one of those bugs that you were talking about.
A crick tot. Oh, you're making a gag, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep,
Cricket
gotcha.
dot. Oh, because bugs in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
I like it.
We're here.
I'm glad I got floppy with that one, at least. It took a minute to process, but I got there.
So this game originally came out in 2006. I wasn't like the original Diamond and Pearl was pretty much responsible for me getting back into video games and collecting. So
This one was?
I had well, not this one.
No,
but
I know what you mean.
The original one.
Yeah, that's okay.
My daughter was born in 2008. And she was notoriously, because everyone used, hard to put down and go to sleep because she just wanted to play all the time.
That's what port's for, man.
So I ended up just buying a Pokemon game because I used to really enjoy Red, Blue, Gold, Silver. Mm-hmm. And this would be the game that I'd play as I was trying to put her to sleep. And I'd be sitting next to her cot and she'd be looking over in a little baby fashion, just watching me play it. And I was really excited when this came out because she's almost 14 now. And she likes playing Switch and Pokemon games, and she asked for Pearl, which was the version that I used to play when she was a little baby. So now I get to sit down and share this game again with her. Like, I used to call her my little Turtwig because when she was a baby, she had like a bit of hair sticking up in her front lip. It used to come forward like a little Turtwig. So yeah, it really, really special. I was really excited for it to come out. Yeah, it lives up to all that. What was I going to try? Oh, Elite Four. Elite Four, that's what I wanted to get to. Yes, Floppy, your finger.
Has Parker played it yet?
Yes.
Is she enjoying it?
Yes, she is. So, her first Pokemon game was X and Y, and she got up to the first gym, and she goes, "Oh, Dad, I'm on level 8. Will that be enough?" I go, "Oh, no, you probably want to grind a little bit more." So she did the grind until her Pokemon were up to like level 50.
Whoa!
And then just decimated all?
By the time she got to the Elite Four, all her Pokemon were on level 85.
And she was like, this game's easy.
This game's so easy.
It's not even fun.
Jesus.
What it would be to be an 8-year-old and have time to grind that much.
I know, it was hilarious. I've played every mainline Pokemon game. I own them. I'm a big Pokemon fan. I only just defeated the Elite Four last night.
Well, you should have done.
Without a spoiler.
Grind.
Without a spoiler. Like, the Elite Four, usually you can stream through them. They're like not that hard, at least the first time. As long as you're leveled up to around the level, you're generally okay if you get the typing right. No, this was hard. I did it the first time and I lost to the fourth member of the Elite Four and I was like, what the shit? So then I left and just went and completed the Pokédex and decided last night I'll go for it. I had to heal spam a whole lot in order to get past them. I eventually won, but easily the most difficult Elite Four of any mainline Pokemon game that's come out so far. And that's without even the New Game Plus, or the post game, which I won't go into any spoilers, but it gets tougher.
Tell me this, how many Pokemon games have that post-game extra stuff?
A majority of the newer ones do. All the remakes have something special.
When you say
tacked on the
remakes,
end.
do you mean like when they do Platinum or Crystal?
No. So
Or you
they're
mean the
mainline.
remakes from
The
like
remakes of them. So I think it started...
Heart
Anto,
Gold, Soul Silver?
yeah, I think Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Anto,
Heart
do you
Gold and
remember?
Soul Silver were the first time you got like a post game with a second Elite Four that were way harder.
Yep.
And the remakes of Ruby and Sapphire? Alpha and Omega?
Happened with Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Happened with I think X and Y had a post game Elite Four as well.
Yeah, right.
I think it's been since the 3DS remakes and Heart Gold and Soul Silver. They were the first ones to do
Yeah,
it, and
that's
since
what I
then
thought.
it's just happened.
Pokemon related, but not particularly to a game.
Mm-hmm.
I was having a discussion with my partner the other day. We're talking about costume parties, and I could really do like a Professor Oak.
Nah.
No. I'm going to do Professor Oak.
gonna
she's
shave?
gonna go. Hey, and she's going to go as Ash's mum.
No. She should go as Ash's mum, and you should go as Mr. Mime.
Well, I think that's too creepy.
No, watch the anime, boy.
Floppy, that is a perfect idea, and you have to do it.
All right, so in conclusion, because we've still got a lot to get through, and I'm rabbiting on about Pokemon.
Do you think it's a faithful remake?
Yes. I think it's a great remake. What do you
Yes.
think? Having not played it.
Having not played it, I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and it's making me want to go out back and play older Pokemon games.
Yep. Anto, what did you think of it quickly?
I'm still playing it because I'm doing a Nuzlocke run and I'm streaming it. So yeah, I'm having fun with it. I'm just struggling through it because my starter died. I lost the coolest Pokemon Shinx like immediately. Beginning of the second session I did last weekend, I lost my Bidoof and another Pokemon immediately because I wasn't paying attention because I forgot I was doing a Nuzlocke run. But yeah, I'm having a real good time with it. It's very much a Pokemon game, which is kind of all I want from it.
And the best thing about Pokemon games is that it can be easy or as hard as you want it to be. You want it to be a bit harder? Cool. Choose the fire starter. Don't grind as much. Put in a little bit more effort. It gets harder. If you want it to be easier, just grind. Do all the trainees before you go, or trainers before you go into the gym. It'll be a lot easier. It's a great game.
My problem is I don't particularly know or what the weaknesses and strengths are.
That's great. You'll find out.
Oh, fuck yeah. Like I chose grass. So my first two gyms, I was like, this is fucking easy. Then I got to the fighting gym and I was like, not so much.
All right, we're going to move on before we get into our predictions.
All right.
Just a little bit of news came out during the week, which I needed to bring up because I write the run sheet and I like talking about
And
this.
even if it wasn't true, he'd make it up and put it in there anyway.
Hells yeah. Chrono Cross, the sequel, or the hypothetical... No, it is a sequel. To Chrono Trigger, one of my favourite games ever, is possibly being remade. That's why... White? It's probably white. It's probably
Pretty
right.
white.
It's white. Yeah, no, I'm not getting into that. A few months ago, it was revealed that PlayStation had plans to make a big remake announcement later this year in December. Following on from this, a recent rumor last week claimed that this remake would be none other than Chrono Cross, and it will be revealed soon. Gematsu, Japanese game site, published a post reporting on an upcoming collaboration between Another Eden, The Cat Beyond Time and Space, and Chrono Cross. Like they found in the files, Chrono Cross, data. The crossover announcement with Another Eden is scheduled to take place later on this week, December 4th at 9 a.m. US time. So that is, I think, tomorrow in our time as we are recording this, Saturday.
I don't know.
So by the time you're listening to this, we may already have a Chrono Cross game announced. And I've never played this game. I own 2 copies of it. Never played
I'm
it.
getting real Monkey Island vibes from it.
Yeah, it was kind of. It's more of a Final Fantasy. Anto, you've played it, haven't you?
I have not, because it never came out in any of our territories.
Right, so you haven't played... Man, I'm going to... Woo! Maybe I should play Chrono Trigger beforehand. Floppy, you haven't played it, have you?
I've got Chrono Trigger, but I haven't played it, and I haven't played Chrono Cross because didn't know what it was.
Brayden?
Nah.
Good. Okay! It's time to talk about...
Hang on. Whoa. Was the question, have I played Chrono Trigger or Cross?
Cross.
Yeah, no, I've not played Cross.
Right.
Cool.
Game Award prediction time. As we are recording this, we are 2 weeks away from the Game Awards, or the Keeleys, as everyone on Twitter has started to call
Might
it.
as well. Like,
It's great.
cool guy.
Well, no, he is. He's a great guy. That we can see him on screen.
He's never
making
touched
his
me
announcement.
inappropriately.
Okay. So we're going to go through the nominees for each of the main segments. We haven't included all of them because basically I
Some of them are
don't
boring.
know enough about esports to comment here, there, or otherwise. And let's face it, they're going to be named before the show. So we're going to start it off with most anticipated game, Floppy.
So the most anticipated game is recognizing an announced game that has demonstrably illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward. Ben, would you like to read your note?
Yeah, my little note here is WTF should be called the Cyberpunk Award. Purely because imagine giving an award to someone who you think, oh, this is going to be really good. Here, have an award before it's even out. Cyberpunk would have won that award, and then... all right, give us the award back. We saw the game. Give it back.
Give it back, yep.
All right, so who are the nominees?
Nominees are Elden Ring. Mm-hmm. Now, are we showing videos for all of these?
We don't need to, but Braden will do what Braden has to do.
I don't think I've actually watched any footage of Elden Ring.
No?
So, but that looks cool. God of War Ragnarok.
Ooh.
Weird face it, we know he's coming off the back of a game of the year.
Yep, 2018.
Yep, God of War. Horizon Forbidden West. My game of the year from that year. Breath of the Wild 2.
The actual game of the year from that year.
And Starfield, which I still don't actually know what it is.
Spaceships in space.
Cool. So yeah, that is the nominees for this category.
So who do you think is going to win? What's your prediction? What's your hot tip?
What do I think will win? What do I think? What I think is going to win is probably going to be Elden Ring
Really?
or Starfield.
Right.
I think it's going to be.
Really?
What
you
I
think
want
they're
to,
more anticipated than the others that you've missed there?
What I want to win will be Horizon. No, because I think the ones that I think are most anticipated, I tend to hang around with people who are very like-minded. There is a huge community of people out there that don't read or don't follow the same things that I do, and I think they're going to be. I think Elden Ring community is going to be a lot bigger than I think.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I gotta say, I will 100% second this. My pick for this was gonna be Elden Ring.
Really?
I've heard so many people not shut the fuck up about
But
Elden
it's because
Ring.
it's a Souls-like, and those players just like...
That's right, and those
keep
people will
telling you.
blindly vote for that thing just because it's a Souls-like.
It's just so many people at this
Yeah.
point.
But you got to remember, the Game Awards, only 10% of the vote is user-focused. The rest is a panel of judges.
Yep.
But
gaming
the
is-
amount of
Those
critics
people
I
could very
know-
well be Elden Ring fans.
Yeah, I'm highly suspect of it, especially because of this character in this gameplay clip. He's the one piece that I've seen from this gameplay clip. He's a big pop man.
Cool.
So I was going to say, like, I bet that, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, your pick was going to be, well, Breath of the Wild 2.
No, actually.
Oh, what was it? God of War?
Honestly, I think God of War Ragnarok. I think it's coming up. I slow down, everyone. I think Breath of the Wild 2 will be great, and I'm really looking forward to it. But let's face it, it's going to be pretty much more of just Breath of the Wild. Whereas I think God of War Ragnarok,
man, it's just going to be more God of War.
no, but it's going to be a continuation of a story. It's going to be a new director. I think they are expanding on a story that they want to tell, whereas I don't think Breath of the Wild originally had a sequel lined up. Like, it was a one and done. So they've just created a
You
storyline.
could say that about every Zelda
I could,
game,
but
though, right?
that's why I'm saying Ragnarok is my more anticipated game because they have unresolved storylines from the first one.
There's a lot of potential conflict
Can I
and
tell you?
a lot of mysteries to unsolve.
Controversial opinion. You know how this year I went back and started playing God of War again? Mm-hmm. Got bored.
Really?
I don't see how it won Game of the Year.
Wow.
Like, it's boring as fuck.
I think you just have to be in the right frame of mind.
Literally, the combat doesn't change.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
It's super pretty.
Yep.
It is super pretty. Voice acting is great. It's boring.
There is a small combat change up later in the game, but that's fine.
If you have to get like 11 hours
I mean,
in...
they're on screen right now, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Even
Yeah,
if it's
I mean,
wrong.
like, it's my opinion, but, whatever.
All right, second award.
I
that
assume
we
you
are
mean chains, by the way, Braden.
Yeah.
predicting.
Yeah.
The best indie. No, it's not. It's best debut indie.
Yeah, there's two things that are very similar.
I know. You'd think they could. Yeah. Anyway, best debut indie is for the best debut game created by a new independent studio. Wow, I really need to read out that. The first one is The Artful Escape, which I've not played.
I will bring up clips of each of these just so people can remember what they are. 'Cause
Some of
people
these-
might not be on top of the indie game.
Yeah, some of these I have heard of, but don't know anything about.
I've heard of The Artful Escape, not played it. Braden, you heard anything about this?
I've heard some people talk about it, and I've heard it is a real wild ride and is quite entertaining. They're not in discussion for like full-on game of the year, but I've heard it's real good.
The Forgotten City. Again.
This was the Skyrim mod.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, do you not know about this one?
I heard of it. I didn't realize that it was eligible to be called an indie debut. Oh, is this the one where they just took out all the Skyrim references and released it as a new game?
So straight up, so this was a Skyrim mod. It was one of the like workshop things, and they created this entire time loop quest in Skyrim, and then they basically just ripped the Skyrim out of it, made a gameplay system which is very much just Skyrim, and then proceeded to re-release their own game. And it's a time loop game where you're set in this little world which is very like Greek, Roman, like old school mythology type, and you have to uncover this mystery and find out what's happening, but you also go through a time loop because it's all about sin. It's very much worth looking up and like looking into because the premise is fascinating, and apparently it's real good.
Cool.
Okay.
That's on Steam only, I'm assuming?
I think it's actually on consoles as well.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Someone said on Games Pass. I think they were talking
No,
about this.
that's Artful Escape,
No,
I think.
I think
Oh, okay.
I think this is also on Game
Oh,
Pass.
really?
I think it is.
Let's
Oh,
face it,
man.
everything's on Games Pass.
That's the best deal in gaming, isn't
God
it?
of War's probably on Games Pass.
If only someone had made that call previously. Next, we have Kenna Bridge of Spirits. And, oh, man, I really want to play this. I haven't played it yet.
I
know.
bought it.
I know. I didn't realize the physical editions were out and saw it at Floppy's Place the other day.
I don't know much about it, but I bought it because it looks super pretty and there wasn't much around, and that's sort of on PS5.
I really cannot wait to play it. I think this one's going to be my Christmas holiday game.
You can totally borrow my copy of the game, dude.
Borrow. Yep, sure.
Yeah, you're not selling it. You're not buying it.
I'll borrow it.
Done.
No, I'm going to get it and play it because I think it just looks like a really beautiful, good time.
Yeah, it does.
And can't wait to actually play something on my PS5.
Other than
And
Fortnite.
then we have Sable. Don't know what that is.
I'll bring it up for you. You might recognize the art style once you see it.
Okay. Hit me. Hit
here
me
we
with
go.
that sweet art. Ah, yes.
Oh.
Yes. I had my eye on this and have not played it yet. But yeah, apparently this is an exceptionally good game.
This looks kind of like Journey.
Doesn't
Like
look
the
like
landscape
It's
and
a
stuff.
desert.
it. It's a desert,
I
third
mean,
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, Journey.
No, but like, I mean, the whole...
Oh, no, it's a Mario 64 because there's a desert level on that.
Okay.
I rest my case. And lastly, Valhelm.
People have been playing the shit out of this game.
Really?
Yeah, like it's a very big like streamers game and stuff like that. Like
Right.
there's a lot of like streamers dove onto this game.
Sorry, is
very
he punching a tree?
quick. Yep.
Good.
Survival mechanics, my man.
Good. Punch
Yeah.
those trees. But,
But,
goddamn trees.
I-
Who the hell do trees ever help? No one.
They definitely do.
No, they just sit around with their roots in the ground, drinking all my water,
oh,
and they just steal all my carbon dioxide.
Spitting out all that air that
Just
you need.
selfish beings.
all right, we're gonna ship Ben off to a planet without trees and see how he fares.
I'll have my money, so
I'd
I'll
say
be
he'll
fine.
be fine for the first 3 minutes.
I'll live on my money.
Yeah.
All my money.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Drink oil.
Valheim.
All right,
anyway.
who do you think?
I have no idea. I'm going to say Kenneth Bridge of Spirits.
I would say that's because that's the one that I'm the most interested in, but I don't think it's going to be the best debut. Is that what I'm going for? Because I
Yep.
think there are ones out there. I think the Forgotten City or Valheim were doing something a bit more out there than Keenan. I think Keenan was playing it very safe.
Yeah, good call.
So I'm going to go on the Forgotten City.
Nice. Braden, what do you think?
I can definitely see Forgotten City or Artful Escape. I think if it was a public vote, it would probably be something like Valheim. But I think I'm going to go Artful Escape. I think it's artsy enough, literally, that it will take out the award.
Can't change my mind.
No,
No, you can't.
Okay.
never, ever in life.
You're not
But-
allowed to grow as a human.
All right, then I will say that Braden is correct.
Thanks.
All right, Floppy, what's the next one?
Next one is, not to be confused with best debut indie, is just best indie.
Yep.
So
Sure.
for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside traditional publisher system. Mm-hmm. And we have 12 minutes.
Cool game. Which for some reason...
Well, not a cool game, but a...
Interesting game.
Yes.
Which had...
Very well-made game.
Well-known British person, James McAvoy, and equally well-known British person, I forgot her name.
Daisy Ridley.
Daisy Ridley.
How dare you do my girl Ray dirty?
Oh, I was just thinking of Ray, and I thought, no, Ray's not her name.
And Willem Dafoe.
And they got them all to put on American accents. For no reason. No reason.
Yeah.
Just do it. Anyway. Floppy, continue.
Death's Door. I wasn't familiar with this one.
Yes, amazing game. It's from the Australian team, Queensland team, I think. And you play as a little magpie. Zelda-like.
That does not... Oh, that is a magpie.
Yeah.
He was like carrying a big-ass fucking umbrella.
Yep.
Weird.
Everyone calls it a crow because they're not Aussies. We know it as a magpie, mate.
Fucking dickheads.
Yeah, it's South Australia's emblem, mate.
Bloody hell, mate. That thing
Bloody Struth.
peck your eyes out in a
Bloody
heartbeat.
barbecues, mate.
Had to wear ice cream bucket helmets.
Oh,
Fucking shit.
bargain. What?
Fucking grab a risol.
There is a 100-kilometer radius on that joke. And they get the reference, and that's it.
Struth!
Which part of that? Which joke?
Next.
There was a lot in there.
Next game.
Inscription, which
Now,
I once again not familiar
Have you guys heard about this game at all?
I've heard that they can't spell inscription correctly.
I've heard that it's in people's Game of the Year contention.
What?
People
I've heard of it, but I don't know
people
what
are
it is.
going insane for this game. So, from what I can gather, I haven't heard the spoiler yet. But this is the start of the game. This is what it looks like to start with. I believe it's Devolver Digital published.
Okay.
So it's got that like kind of pixely art style and everything. It's a card-based game, but it's also an escape room mystery game. So you can sit down and play this shadowy figure in this card game, but then you can also explore around the room, and there's like clues around the room to help you escape the room, but then the cards, some of them talk to you and will give you hints as to things in the escape room to try and help you.
Creepy as fuck.
Sounds boring as shit.
So it does all that, and then apparently, like, this first section ends, and the entire game changes in some respect. I don't know how, or why, or what it does, but apparently it's completely different.
Hopefully for Ben it gets more interesting.
I just don't like playing
Card
card
games.
games. Like, if I want to play a card game, I'll play a card game.
Yeah, but I've legitimately heard. I think it was Alana Pierce on Play Watch Listen. She said this is straight up Game of the Year contender.
Yeah,
Wow.
right, wow.
So
And she has got really good taste.
a
in
lot of
games.
people whose opinions I really trust, they are loving this game. So it might be one to actually look into now after this.
Maybe. After Inscription, we have, once again, Kena Bridge of Spirits,
Yeah.
which we've already spoke about and seen of, and Loop Hero.
Have you guys heard about Loop Hero?
I have heard about Loop Hero.
I've heard the name, but once again, don't really know much about it.
We talked about it on the show.
Was I here that day,
have
or was
to-
I suffering from like some weird disease of the pee hole?
Probably. This one, Braden, you designed the dungeon, right?
Yes. So you design the dungeon, and then it loops around. It's kind of like a background game. Like you leave the game running once you've got it going, and you can design it so that, like, I've heard people who design it in a way where they can design it, hit start on it, and then like watch an episode of a 20-minute TV show, and then come back to it. And if they've done it correctly, it works. But I've also heard that it's really addictive and really good, and like it's the same people who have grown from starting off playing Cookie Clicker, I've very much dug their heels into this game.
Not for me.
No, not for me either.
I don't like games where you have to make it.
I don't like games where you have to think.
I don't like games some assembly required. That's
don't
why I don't
like-
play Mario Maker.
Floppy doesn't like games.
I don't like living.
True.
All right, so who do we think? I'm going to go
I'm-
with Death's Door.
I'm going to go with 12 minutes because they pushed boundaries of conventional game subjects.
But was reviewed very poorly. Well, not very poorly, but it didn't live up to the hype that they were giving it.
Sort of a lot of other games.
It's true. Braden?
I legitimately am going to say Inscription, just from
Wow.
from everything I've heard, and I haven't seen the
cards.
spoiler, but I'm very interested to see how it fares compared to these others that we've heard about more during the year. Because Inscription's only real new as well. Like, it's only the past month.
Wow, okay. And they're
so-
already saying, well, you reckon a recency bias, maybe?
Possibly. People might just be riding high on it, but I don't know. I heard mixed stuff about some of the other things, and then this one I've heard people just raving about. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Right, after that, we've got Best Ongoing Game. This game's awarded to the game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. And the nominees for this one, first up, we have Apex Legends. If you like a battle royale where you have to team up with other people, yuck. This might be...
You play Fortnite.
Yeah, but I can play that solo.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
This one you can't.
Okay.
Next, we have Final Fantasy 14 Online.
No one here likes that.
Yeah, no need to talk to anyone. Anyone who likes Final Fantasy.
Pretty sure there's no one here with an opinion on
No
it.
need to hear from them.
Excuse you. How dare you both?
Braden, cut his mic. Cut his mic.
I won't lie. He hit the unmute button himself. He's closer to the mixer than I am. You've given him too much power.
Inch take a mile. Jesus.
Fortnite, Genshin Impact, a game from a company that can. A game from a company that can burn in fire.
Correct.
Genshin Impact is, or there was another game that we're not naming because it could burn in fire.
You nailed it, Floppy.
Oh, is that as well?
No,
Oh, whoops.
Genshin Impact's fine, isn't it?
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought. I was
Aren't
trying-
they Tencent?
I just thought.
I mean,
it,
kinda-
Tencent's not the
You
best.
didn't put the
just thought it
punctuation in
was-
when you spoke, so I wasn't sure.
I just thought it was completely, stolen gameplay and stolen looks and pay the loot box shit and I don't know. Isn't it one of those?
Yep. Anyway, so who do we think? Genshin Impact, Fortnite, Apex Legends, or Final Fantasy? I'm going for Fortnite because...
Because that's all you play.
Yeah. I really like the storyline in Fortnite. I reckon it's great. I love it so much. It doesn't take... It knows exactly
Is
what
this
it
a
is.
real clip or have I clicked the wrong thing? Is this legit?
This might be a leaked thing, Braden. Can you click off it?
Can do.
That may have been a spoiler. Where did you find that?
I clicked like one of the first 4 videos on YouTube.
Yeah, I think that might be one of the leaked cutscenes
Whoops.
from the event.
I'm still not 100% sure what the actual storyline of Fortnite is.
It's because you haven't watched all the trailers like we were going to.
I know. Apex, I think, is fine, but it hasn't got the catch or the hook that the other ones have. Final Fantasy, I'm not sure. There may be someone here, maybe not, who can let me know what the player base is like.
There's no way to know.
No way to know?
There's no way to know. We can never find out.
I don't know if it's too niche. I actually think with all everything that I hear about, I think Genshin Impact's going to get it.
Do you know what I like? I like
What?
people who mock Fortnite for not having a storyline but don't actually play the game. So they just like mocking it because it's a kid's game. It's heaps funny.
All games are... not all games are kid games. Don't buy a 9-year-old GTA 5. Fuck. Just don't do it.
Cool. So games for Impact, Floppy.
Yes. So Games for Impact for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message.
And who we got?
We've got Before Your Eyes. We have Braden's favourite, I'm assuming. Or no, he was highlighting it. I thought it was
Oh,
going to be
sorry. I'm copying them into YouTube so I can bring
okay.
up footage so
We
we
have
know
Before
what
Your
the hell
Eyes.
these games are.
We have Boyfriend Dungeon,
Which was my favourite
which is your favourite. We
because
have
it's silly as hell.
Chicory, A Colourful Tale. Life is Strange.
Say that again.
You want to say that again?
Say it again.
Chicory, A Colourful Tale.
You said it like it was a lyric from Cats.
You did.
Just showcasing my talents in case there's any,
Musical talent.
in the case there's any one of those people called scouts watching.
Yep.
Life is Strange, True Colours, and No Longer Home.
Right. Well, I'm putting my hat behind the boyfriend dungeon.
I'm jumping on Life is Strange.
Perfect, because that's the footage that I have up right here.
Good. Why Life is Strange?
I think Life is... Oh, look at this. Is this the one where the boyfriends are your weapons or something?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you date your weapons.
You date your weapons?
And you romance them, and after you romance them, you go into the dungeon, they turn into a more powerful weapon, and you go and kill stuff. It's great.
That's... Michael Townsend said he's missed half of the ones that were just said. Is that because you were laughing so hard?
Yeah. That's the only plausible
Look at
reason.
that. I'd date that guy. Jesus.
Yeah. I think he is Jesus.
A little bit.
All right.
I'm going to go
Don't
Life is
tickle my
Strange, True
hilt.
Colours. because I think with how well all the previous Life is Strange done and how well that name is known.
Really? You think the name
they've
bias
always-
applies it some cred?
A little bit, yeah. Everything does.
See, the trailers I saw of True Colors didn't really... I wasn't really grabbed by it. Like, the first Life is Strange, I was hooked just playing the first one, and the trailers really, really got its teeth in me, and I went, oh, that's a really cool mechanic, and I want to investigate that. The second one, well, the prequel, just sort of went, not for me. And then this one came out, and they just sort of went with the storyline. I thought, it just seems like more of the same. More of the same.
Unlike Pokemon. It's
No,
different every time.
Pokemon is just cut, copy, paste, like just put a different skin on. Whereas this, tells a different story, but I don't know. Just not for me.
It's just my guess. This is my prediction.
Braden?
Yep.
Good.
I'm honestly not too sure on this one, to be completely honest. I still haven't played the other Life is Strange.
The one with the bros?
The Storm.
Oh yes, no, I haven't done that one. The prequel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't done that one yet either.
Before the Storm?
Yes, that's it. So yeah, I haven't done that one either, so I'm behind on this whole franchise right now. So I don't know. It looks good.
me.
I like the vibe that Life is Strange goes for. And this one looks visually a hell of a lot better. So who knows?
Yeah.
All right. Best music and score for outstanding music, inclusive of score, original song, and or licensed soundtrack. And the nominees for this are The Artful Escape, Deathloop, Cyberpunk 2077, the only award it's nominated for, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Near Replicant Version Numbers. Right. Braden, let's kick it off with you. Which one are you picking?
I would honestly put my money on probably Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah?
There is no contest.
Really?
No. Guardians of the Galaxy has a sick licensed soundtrack. Double that up with an original score that they put in place to sort of hit the same notes and the same feelings as well. Nobody else has done that.
No,
they haven't.
I think they may have.
They haven't gone to the effort of having licensed fucking bangers.
They must have spent a fair chunk
Oh,
of their
yeah.
budget on these licenses. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a good thing they had a hit Avengers game to supply.
Or they,
all that money.
they had an Avengers game that just brought in money that through pay to get bored to fund this one. But they have backed it up with that whole not licensed soundtrack that they've done. That's still just as fucking good. Like, it's
I actually
so
listened
good.
to that the other day. The
It is
Star-Lords is
Yeah.
the band, the
Yeah.
fictional band that they have.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, in this is like where he gets his name from, Star-Lord.
Yeah.
It's his favourite bands. Yeah, I think this is no contest. I think this wins hands down.
I'm going to say Deathloop because that soundtrack is funky as heck.
I personally think Final Fantasy XIV should be in this category as well.
Oh, I was going to ask your opinion, Anto, but I've decided against it now.
I've decided that that's the answer to every single category.
Other than ongoing, when did Final Fantasy XIV come out?
Version 1 or A Realm Reborn?
Don't, Brayden, you should know better.
my case is
Brayden,
closed.
why would you do that, Brayden? Anyway,
Realm Reborn.
did you give your pick, Brayden?
Guardians.
Cool. Floppy.
All right. Next one is Best Art Direction. I like Left. Mm-hmm. That's it. Because it's direction. It was.
Thank you, Brayden. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
For outstanding creative and/or technical achievement in the artistic design and animation, we've got The Artful Escape, Deathloop, Kena Bridge of Spirits, Psychonauts 2, and Ratchet and Clank Rip Apart.
This is a tough one. I really like the aesthetic of Deathloop. Psychonauts 2 looks really cool, but it is a kind of bit PS2-ish.
Yes.
And it's obviously an art direction that they decide to take. Ratchet and Clank Rip Apart looks amazing on
Yes.
the PS5. So it's really, really hard for me to choose.
I feel like it's not hard.
No?
No, because Rip Apart pushed the boundaries of what graphics can do. It was like
graphics or the SSD? There's a
Well, it
difference
was the
there.
showcase of
Oh,
the graphical power of the PS5.
That's a good point.
And I think no one else did that. They all had great style, but I think this one had cool style and it pushed those boundaries.
See, I want to say Deathloop, but I know I'm biased towards that sort of style, like that music and that.
They're real nice 60s sort of.
Yeah. That
I like it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it pushed boundaries technically.
I'm going to agree with you, Floppy. I'm going to go.
First time for fucking everything.
I'm going to go with Ripper Fart. Braden?
You know where I stand in this court. No, legitimately, I really enjoyed what Psychonauts 2 did for like doing really weird shit, because that's what Psychonauts does, and its art style is very weird and unique. It was weird and unique on the PS2 and is now continuing that, obviously. But they continue to push their incredibly weird art style and strange world to sort of the fullest. So I think it's definitely a contender. But I mean, come on, I'm talking about a category where Ratchet and Clank can possibly win something.
Yep.
Like it's gonna be Ratchet and Clank for me. Like
Yep.
Ratchet and Clank is just visually beautiful. The world, all the different worlds that they made in this game are just so fun and filled with character. And I'm just so here for it.
Yep, I agree. That looks great.
Yeah.
That really does look great. All right, best narrative. Don't have a description there, but I'll try and make something up off the top of my head. Best storytelling. There you go. Nominees are Deathloop, It Takes Two, Life is Strange True Colors, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Psychonauts 2. It Takes Two. Easy. Hands down. Because the whole gimmick for that was them saying, no, people still want couch co-op, narrative-driven stories. And it is. It's a wonderful game. Floppy.
I'm probably going to actually have to agree with you.
Yeah?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Look at us. Like a cohesive unit.
You cohesive
We
unit,
do it for the
you.
fans.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Mum. Braden, what do you think?
I think it's definitely up there. Unfortunately, because of how we stream, for me to be able to play footage of It Takes Two on the screen, I can't even see what the other nominees were. And honestly, the fact that it was narrative, I was kind of shocked at all of them. So I think It Takes Two probably will take it. So, that's pretty interesting.
All right, Floppy, what's the next big old
Next one.
person?
Best game direction. Didn't we not do this? Oh, that was best art direction.
Yeah.
So this one's right.
Stop. Just no. Please.
Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design, we have Returnal, Deathloop, It Takes Two, Psychonauts 2, and Ratchet and Clank Rip Off Heart.
Okay, so I'm going with the obvious odd one out here, Returnal.
Why?
Because it's a roguelike shmup where you get your ass kicked continuously. It's just got a whole different mix of genres all into one. It's challenging. It can be like a Souls-like at times. It's that challenging. I just think that the way that they've pulled everything together to make a cohesive game like this is outstanding.
And they do attempt story stuff in there as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
It would be interesting enough if this was a game that was purely gameplay and you could read a log that you collect and find. That would be enough. But this game then also went, no, we also want to tell a story.
Yep.
So ups to them for that.
Yeah, no, really well done.
I find it hard to pick between creative direction and narrative. I find them very, very similar.
Well, direction's the game overall, whereas narrative is the story that they're telling.
I kind of want to... I want to give this one to Deathloop, but I don't think it's going to get it because I think it might get something else.
Well, they have 12 nominations, so I'm assuming they'll get something.
Jesus, that's a lot.
Yeah, the most of any game.
The whole loop of dying and coming back and being that assassin and that getting... I think Deathloop's going to get this.
Okay, that makes sense.
I do.
All right, Game of the Year. The nominees for the Game Awards 2021 Game of the Year are Deathloop, It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Resident Evil Village, and Ratchet and Clank Rip a Fart. Braden?
Ratchet and Clank!
Yep, correct from you. Floppy, what do you think?
Not Ratchet and Clank.
Oh,
Not because I didn't like it, because it is a really amazing looking Ratchet and Clank game that's been done a lot of times before.
Fair shout.
Thoroughly enjoy it. Finished it.
But not groundbreaking.
but wasn't groundbreaking. What do I want to win and what do I think's going to win? Two different things. Mm-hmm. I really want Resident Evil to win.
Why?
Because I had such a fucking good time with it and it was such a polished, well-paced game.
And a reasonable length.
Reasonable length. But that's subjective too, because for me, 10 hours is a reasonable length. To someone else, 40 hours is a reasonable... Someone else, hour and a half. That's subjective. It didn't break.
Oh, well, that's good. That's
Is
important.
Unlike most games this year, or the last couple of years. But for most part, it was the pacing. I really like the pacing in this thing. Because, like, unlike Resident Evil 7, where I was shit scared the whole fucking time and didn't get a break, this thing does a really good job of scaring the pants off you and then giving you 10 minutes to calm yourself and to get yourself together again, and then does it again. As well as having cool story, cool twist, ties in to the whole franchise. I want this one to win. I don't think it's gonna.
Right. So I'm assuming my hope for Game of the Year is what you think will be Game of the Year.
Is it a 2D
Ready? 3, 2,
2,
1.
1. Metroid Dread.
There we go. I haven't played this, but I don't know if you've picked it up, but I kind of like Nintendo.
Really?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Next thing you say you like karate.
And no, I train karate. There's a difference between liking karate and actually training to be a lethal weapon.
You train it, you don't enjoy it? Weird.
Well, as much as you can enjoy being punched in the face. Not that I know, because I never get punched in the face, because I'm too quick.
Humble.
What were we talking about?
Metroid Dread.
Metroid Dread. Nintendo for years and years and years. Metroid always sold okay outside of Japan, but never in Japan. Which is why we didn't get a Metroid game for years and years and years, and people complained about it enough. And then this finally came out, and from what I've heard from Floppy and from many, many others, it is a fantastic game that people really enjoy.
I mean, don't take my word for it. I apparently love Jumanji.
Well, not apparently. That's
Get fucked.
a hard fact.
I do thoroughly enjoy the Smurfs, but...
Yeah, exactly. Smurfs and Jumanji and Metroid Dread.
No, this game... So I'd never played a Metroid game. Mm-hmm. I'd played very little of Castlevania, or that style of game. I grabbed this because it looked pretty and I knew the hype behind it, so I wanted to check it out. Could not put it down.
Yeah.
Like, fucking couldn't. I finished it in, for what me would be record time. I did it in like 13 hours.
Sounds very, very much like last year with Hades for me.
Yeah.
Like, I remember Dan just going on and on and on about how good Hades... Like, to the point Dan was saying, I'm obsessed with this. Like, he's at work and all he can think about is getting home so he can play Hades.
Yeah.
And he'd get home and he'd do Hades. And I went, well, I got to play that. And I played it and went, yeah, I get it. It was amazing.
He was dreaming about it.
I know.
Like, he was dreaming on how to get past the part that he'd got up to the night before. Like, he was into it.
But it takes a special kind of game to be able to get that reaction out of someone. And the fact that Floppy was saying, like, you play a lot of games. You dive in and out of games all the time.
I play a little bit of a lot of stuff.
So the fact that you committed to playing this game of a franchise you've never played before, and also coupled with the fact that many game reviewers as well have scored it very, very highly. I honestly think this will take it out. Plus, I really want it to win because Nintendo need these little victories because they're a struggling, fledgling company and they need all the help they can get.
Yeah, they're not the biggest earners in the world ever.
I'm honestly quite shocked that this is
just
like a pick for you guys. Like,
sorry, Anto, we can't... Sorry, what?
I'm honestly shocked this is a pick for you guys. For, like, this being the one you guys want to win. I honestly expected you to say Deathloop for some reason.
Nah.
So my thing was... I was so utterly surprised. Like, I knew I was going to love Resident Evil. And I did. And it was wicked. I didn't realize how much I was going to love this. And it just literally took me by surprise. I didn't realize how well paced, how well the controls and the level design was. Like, it's unreal how fluid everything is. How when they introduce different weapons or upgrades, you use them in such a way straight away that you don't forget what they do. Like, it's just so well thought out and so polished.
All right, so I'll put it to you this way.
Okay.
Christmas game to play on my Christmas holidays.
Fucking Metroid,
All right,
dude.
Cool, okay. I was going to say this or Kenner.
Fucking Metroid.
All right, fine.
I think both, honestly.
Brayden can borrow my Kenner.
I'll take that. You can, like, I think honestly, you would probably be able to play through this a bunch, get frustrated at a part you're stuck on, take a break, enjoy the Pixar world of Kenna, and then come back to this once you've
But
relaxed.
I've still got Pokemans to catch. I just got the national decks.
So I finished this by playing it like an hour at a time,
Oh, really?
except for the last boss, which took me a couple of hours because I'm just shit at games. And even I finished this I think Anto did it in like 8 hours.
Yeah, my first time through was just over 8 hours. My hard mode playthrough took 9 because I got a bit stuck on some of the bosses. But yeah, you can easily do this in anything from something like 8 to 13 hours, or even as a first-time player.
First time player did it 14 hours. Hard mode can get fucked.
All right.
So good.
All right, so we've got Metroid, and Ratchet and Clank, which I think if any of them take it out, I would be a very happy person.
Can I just say, Braden, did you pick Ratchet and Clank because you want it to win or you think it'll win?
I honestly, both.
Okay.
I think it definitely has the potential to do it just because it's something that we haven't really seen video games be able to achieve just because of technical restraints.
Yep.
And I think that in combination with, like, I'm sure it would have been great fun if
Are
we
these
saw
spoilers playing on the screen?
it might be.
Yep.
I'm sure it would have been fine if they had designed a game that would utilize an SSD. Yes, an SSD like this. SSD. Utilized it like
The
that.
Super Saiyan...
And it could have been really good. But the fact that it was also this incredibly hyper-detailed world and it was gorgeous and the story's fun and the characters are amazing, I think all of that stems to a really, really good game.
Right, if you'd like to vote in the Game Awards, you still can. You just have to head over to thekeeleys.com and vote in the Game Awards to make your voice heard for 10% of the vote, which
Or-
basically means nothing.
You could vote in the Hack the Dino.
Or you could vote in the Hack the Dino Video Game Awards. They're open for another couple of weeks before our next show. We will be announcing the winners of the Hack the Dino Awards during our end of year spectacular. You can find that at bit.ly/2021dino. Vote for things such as
The most graphics.
most graphics, Blue Point's biggest. Remember Blue Point, everyone?
Never heard of him.
Your favorite announcer. And let me just say, who you think is winning is winning. Yep. So if you could go and just change that, please, that'd be great.
Let's put Ben in his place.
I'm constantly put in my place.
Oh,
right?
fuck off.
Thank. All right, just quickly before we move on, the Game Awards is also synonymous with.
Dude called me a goat. Oh, wait, it says Gotti. Sorry. Flashback to the start of the episode.
Game Awards is also synonymous with big announcements, like even more than E3 now. This is what it's become. And why a lot of people watch the Game Awards. I thought we'd go through and have just a quick fire what we think we may see at the Game Awards. I'll kick it off, and I think we will finally get the Breath of the Wild trailer or Breath of the Wild 2 trailer, I should be specific. And it'll hype to a Nintendo Direct, which we traditionally get in January because they said 2022 for Breath of the Wild 2, didn't they? So that's my first pick. What do you think, Floppy?
I think we're going to get some form of tease for the next Spider-Man game.
Oh.
It might be a logo, might be something more. But
Have they given a window for that yet?
Don't think so.
No?
Not that I remember.
They
but
just sort of had that
I got a
teaser.
shit memory, so.
That's true. Braden?
I think Kojima will give a visual tease for his next project, and Jeff Keighley will beg and plead for him to do it.
Yep. Do we think Xbox related?
Oh, I'm not sure if I'm willing to commit to that thoroughly.
Do we think that maybe his next project, I mean, he's announced that he's working on it.
The next Halo game.
There we go. You heard it here first. All right, next I'm going to say that we will get an announcement of some Returnal DLC, which has been heavily rumoured. I think they'll announce it and they'll go, and it's available now. That's my pick there.
We love and it's available now.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like it if it's available now. I think right at the end of the show, Jeff Keighley is going to reach back. He's going to grab what we did not know was there, but was a zipper. And he's going to unzip
And it was Kojima all along.
his skin. No. It was Reggie.
Reggie? Why would it be Reggie?
Why wouldn't it be? Because you'd never see it coming. Reggie Filame. How do you say his last
Filame.
name? Filame is Jeff Keighley.
Filame.
Yep.
Bay
Bay Marie.
Phil Spec.
Now, I'm not saying that
Brad-
there's a high chance of this happening.
Little
Small.
one? Small one.
Small
Small
one.
one. That's your pick.
Keanu Reeves under the zipper says Game Boy Dad. I'd be down for that. It'd be sick.
Braden, your last pick for the Game Awards.
My prediction, and I think I'm pretty solid in this one. I believe the awards ceremony will be filled to the brim with anyone who can hold a microphone begging for others to get vaccinated. Jesus Christ.
Do you know who else is also begging people to get vaccinated besides us? The fine people who sponsor the show.
Those little eyes! Ah! Oh my god, I love him! Why is it a hat? Not the doggos! I can't even read anymore. Ah! I can't even do it anymore! I have to finish this game. I have to finish this game.
Thanks, Game Boy Games.
We just look like we got caught masturbating. We weren't, but we were talking, and then that came out, and we just fucking deer in
do you know what
headlights
we're really doing? We're watching Looney Tunes back in action. I'm not
of
lying.
people unzipping and becoming someone
we were
else.
watching Looney Tunes back in action and not paying attention
Yeah,
to what
we were
doing.
watching that.
Oh, we're going to get flagged for that.
Thank you.
Anyway.
It's worth it. Looney Tunes Back in Action is one of my
Timothy
favorite
Dalton
things.
becomes Michael Jordan. Come on, never before has there been better film.
I like the way he unzipped it, but both hands were holding the basketball when he unzipped.
It's so good.
Anyway.
That's how good he is.
Floppy,
Yes, mate.
is there anyone you would like to thank?
Yeah, Michael Jordan at that point. That was great.
And he gets enough.
Yeah, you're right. He does. Still, love you, MJ. I would like to thank our wonderful Patreons.
Patreon!
Thank you, Patrons.
Wow.
Thank you very much. You guys are wonderful. If you're watching or listening to the show and you're wondering how you'd like to be thanked, but you can become a Patreon. You can
Patreon?
Patreon.
You can live in a little cupboard, and we only come and get you when we're hungry.
No, like Pant-reon, like in pants.
Okay.
Oh, God, this went weird.
Yeah.
You can jump over to the website that I've just completely lost out of my brain.
HackTheDino.com.
Thank you.
The name of our show.
Yeah.
.com.
And click on the little Patreon button.
Little P.
Little P. Click on the little P.
You had a little P last week, didn't you?
Oh,
It was all clogged up with diarrhea.
Apparently so. No Order of Australia fucking over here.
No.
You can
Clogged
jump
penis.
in on many different levels and show your patronage. You've done it. I've lost it now.
Good.
Floppy little P. $1 a month, you can get access to our private Hack the Dino Discord.
Not
and have,
Floppy's private, so they're still a mess. They're still mopping up.
Out of here.
Finally. All to myself. So, Patreons, how you going? For $2 a month, you can get your name along the bottom of the list there. Like, definitely a real Patreon, Nintendvania, and all those other wonderful people. $10 a month, you can have the exclusively, yeah, sure that works, extra monthly show called Dino More, where we talk about everything but video games in a funny manner. We also give out medical advice. So, if you like white men on podcasts giving you medical advice without any backup or reference to any actual real science, be sure to tune into Dino More. $15 a month, you get the post show and a chance to choose a song for Braydan versus the World. For now, but more on that later. And lastly, at $25 a month, you supply us with a video and we will play it for you just like we do with the wonderful Game Boy games. Michael Towns, what a wonderful person Michael Towns is. While we're here, I might as well do some pitching. HackTheDino.com, we've got a merch store up. You can get wonderful t-shirts like this. I will HMO1 you.
I sure fucking will.
Something that Floppy only gets now that he started playing games. I also forgot to announce the other Patreons who support us at a wonderful level. Thank you, Karen Knight. Thank you, Dylan the Villain. Thank you, Triple Indy. Thank you, Michael Towns. Thank you, Ash Knight. Thank you, Game Boy Dad. Hey, it's Anto. He's our social media guy, but I'll thank him. And why am I thanking your stinky bum? Got him. Good. Anyway, hackthedino.com, where you can head on over to Spotify or iTunes or Stitcher or SoundCloud, and you can follow the podcast if you don't like looking at our faces. But if you do like looking at our faces, you can head on over to Instagram or Facebook or any of the other social medias and follow us there. Lastly, twitch.tv/hackthedino is where you can subscribe and follow for free, as well as on youtube.com/hackthedino. Be sure to do that. And while you're there, you might as well head over to bit.ly/2021dino. Vote in the Dino Awards for 2021. Have a good old time pressing buttons. Only takes about 2 minutes. Of course, hackthedino.com. Hackthedino.com is where you want to go in order to do all that in one convenient scrolling page.
I decided to come back.
Did you?
Yep, I went and moved something in your game room.
Really? Sure it wasn't move something in your pee hole?
Yeah, into your game room.
Got him.
Don't know if you've realised, but it's almost the end of the year.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah. And with the end of the year comes the end of the year awards, which you can vote in now if you still have enough time. If you quickly run your fingers over your keyboard and hit bit.ly/2021dino, you can vote in the Dino Awards. That's coming up next show. So be quick, do it now. But before then, I thought we would give our Game of the Year 2021 predictions. Now, this is aside from the Game Awards predictions, this is our own personal thoughts. And not only that, I jumped into our Discord, our Patreon-only Discord. So if you want to be involved in Patreon-only Discord, hackthedino.com, click the Patreon button, and for as little as $1 a month, you can jump in and join the Discord fun for our Patreon folk. And I asked what 4 games they thought are in the running for Game of the Year. But before that, before we get started, we went in to the Metacritic, didn't we, Floppy?
We did.
And we looked at the top 4 games currently with the highest rating in Metacritic, didn't
I
we,
would
Floppy?
not have guessed half of these.
Do you want to take us through it?
Sure. All right, number 4, with a Metacritic rating of 91%. Mm-hmm. Psychonauts 2.
So number 4, the 4th highest rating game so far this year.
Now, I never would have picked this to have 91. I would have picked mid to high 70s.
Right. What? That low?
I mean, narrative isn't everything, right, though?
But, well, I mean, depends what you're looking for.
Now, I'm saying this having not played this.
Right, okay.
Like, I would think that the Metacritic ones were more overall than focusing on purely one specific part of the game. So I like, there is, like, and I'm not saying 70s, mid to high 70s is bad. Mid to high 70s is great. Fuck, I enjoy a lot of games that are less than that.
Yeah, we know.
We know, yeah.
La, la, la,
So,
la,
yeah,
la,
so
la.
like that really,
La, 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 la.
fuck, I love that song.
Yeah?
Braden.
What about this song? Jumanji, Jumanji, Jumanji.
Have you ever
Jumanji,
seen the movie? That's not a
No,
fucking song.
that's my Jumanji song.
Nowhere near it.
It's almost, it's as good as the game.
Man, you suck at
Piece
Jumanji
of shit.
songs.
Fuck you.
I'm also legitimately shocked that Psychonauts 2 is up in the 90s, like, for,
Yeah.
like, overall scores. Because,
Yeah.
like, it's... For some people, it wouldn't be their cup of tea at all. But
Yeah,
like,
I would call it too niche.
So
Yeah.
have we mentioned what Metacritic actually is? It's like an aggregate of all the
Yeah.
review scores.
Yeah.
So yeah, 91% for
Yeah.
Psychonauts. So that's
I-
pretty
I-
good.
I definitely would have expected it to be, like, 80s. But,
It's-
like, to get 90s, that's awesome.
And let's not forget that this was well into development before they were picked up by Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
So this is still, I like to think of it as almost an indie game.
Yeah. Not AAA.
No, not
Definitely
at all.
not AAA.
Not at all.
The third one on the list, with a 92%, so 1% above Psychonauts, is Forza Horizon 5.
Now, who's played this glorious, wonderful feast for the
I
eyes?
haven't yet, but I know enough people that have who are thoroughly enjoying
Anto
this.
put their hand up.
Oh, Anto?
Hello. Yes. Forza Horizon 5 is very, very good. There's not really anything more to say about it because I'm not like super into cars, so I'm not going to go into details because I don't know them.
Not a
But
super lot to say about it. Good
if you
thing
just
you're on a
like
podcast. Good.
Cars or driving games in general, and you don't like it to be too arcadey, absolutely worth the time. If you've played a Forza Horizon game, it's very much the same, but it's super duper pretty. Like, oh my god, kind of pretty.
Yeah, like I play the Forza Horizon games. I just haven't got around to playing this one yet. 3 and 4 are amazing because I like the arcadey style where you can hit a wall at 100k an hour, flip, and keep going. But these things do that with like Gran Turismo graphics better than as well. So yeah, these things are unreal.
Next.
Next is
Did not see this coming.
what the fuck?
Number
95 is Tetris Effect Connected on the Switch.
For the Switch. That's right. Out of all the Switch
Specifically for the
games-
Switch.
Yeah. 95%.
Now, did
for
you play
Tetris?
Tetris Effect?
I've played Tetris.
Now, have you ever played Tetris Effect?
No, I haven't.
I have.
So
Anto
it
has.
mixes in like the musical aspect of it. It is amazing. It's kind of hard to describe because it's more of an experience than it is sort of like a formula, if that makes sense.
No, games generally are experiences.
I think what Floppy's trying to say is that like this one it's one of those games that tries to create synesthesia, which is like the mixing of senses.
No, Floppy had that last week. He's cured now.
That's the gift that keeps on giving, mate. That never goes away.
But yeah, it's one of those games similar to Rez or Child of Eden where you're not really focusing on the gameplay aspect. It's a mixture of everything that's going on, and it's a trip. It's like the closest way to taking acid without actually doing it.
I'm sorry because there was just a whale on screen, so therefore it loses by default.
What?
Whales, man. Can't trust them.
You're a fucking weird cat.
Ben got burnt by a whale one time.
Sorry, if you're swimming in the ocean, an endless depth of black, and all of a sudden a creature, say 100 times the size of you comes up, you're not going to be scared?
I don't know if it's going to have any impact on my future thoughts on a Tetris game, but
Well, they chose to use a whale in their marketing. All right, so that just gets what's coming to
number
them.
one,
Here we go.
97% on Metacritic.
I think we can all agree that this is easily the game of the year. Like, I think above everyone out there in Hack the Dino land knows exactly what we're going to talk to. All right, everyone, on the count of three, let's talk.
Hey, you know what? Anyone in the chat, just real quickly, throw up what you think number one is going to be.
And we'll say it on the count of three. Braden, Floppy, Anto, and I. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Number one game for 2021. One, two, three. The House in Fata Morgana, Dreams of the Revenants edition. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That classic game. Oh boy, did we love playing this visual novel. Floppy, tell us about the best part of this game.
I would love to, but I'd never heard of the fucking thing until I read it.
Oh wow, look at the frame rate on it.
It's worse than South Park.
Oh,
No, I legit have never heard of this
can we
until
hijack-
it appeared all in caps on the. I'm not saying it's a bad game.
Legitimately, we
It
should
must
just
be amazing.
hijack this little thing to do an advert. The South Park post-COVID special is amazing.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, dude, it's ridiculous.
They're fantastic creative people there.
But yeah, like I legit do not know what this is, but
Look
it
at
must
the
be good.
frame rate.
It must be good somehow.
It's doing like a frame every half a second, every 2 seconds.
Oh,
I do not know.
Is there any more to this?
No, it's just a visual
It's
novel.
the same background. I skipped like 20 minutes ahead.
Highest rated game of 2021, Braden. What do you know? What do
Highest
you know?
rated
Clearly
game.
nothing.
Highest, it's got 97%.
How long are these scenes? I'm going for 20 minutes and
What's
it's the same background.
It's a visual novel, Braden. You read it. Have a good time reading.
cool thing
20
about visuals
minutes?
is they are allowed to
Look,
change.
I've got a little account called Bad Game Arts, right? And I just want to say, 100% this game's going to be on it. Look at that dude's hand. What is going on?
Has he got 6 fingers?
Look at
Why is
look at
his
the lady
thumb
on the side there. Why is her neck twisted in that way? Like, bodies don't move like that.
Is his thumb the longest finger on his hand?
And they've just flipped that image.
Yeah.
Does he walk around with his limp hand on his neck, like trying to look boyish or garish or whatever? You know what, Metacritic? Go home. You're a piece of
I'm
shit.
just going to blame the anime fans for this one because they're the only people this would appeal to.
You can blame the anime fans.
Anyway, let's get to a group of people who have a lot more sense. Well, they should have a lot more sense, but they're our Patreon, so I don't really know about
Yeah, I
them.
don't know if
Well-
I trust their judgment after the fact that they've given us money.
So we're going to take it in turns, reading out a couple of the Patrons who got back to us and let us know what their top 4 games of the year are.
You want to go first?
We'll kick it off with Nintendvania, and their choice for games of the year are Metroid Dread, Ratchet and Clank, Psychonauts 2, and Metroid Dread. Yes, they wanted to put
Metroid Dread twice. I was wondering if that was a mistake or not.
Brayden, what was the best part about Ratchet and Clank?
I, honest to God, would say the new elements that they brought into it, because the world of Ratchet and Clank was already so fun and had all of these wacky characters and this fun history to it. But through the new characters that they brought in, they balanced the line of having so many cheeky references to all their old shit, while also just bringing in new people and not trying to inundate them with this incredibly long lore. Like, they get you in, all they teach you at the start is Ratchet and Clank have been heroes in the past, they're kind of washed up now, but we'll see what happens. And then these are these new characters that you can care about. And these new characters they introduce are fantastic. They're so lovable and so, like, you get so invested in them. The chemistry between all of them is fantastic. It's visually beautiful. The gameplay's great.
What's the
love
appeal
this
of the new... Go through the new characters with us.
So the new character you get, I've played it so much earlier in the year that I've forgotten character names because I'm the worst. But Rivet,
That is the worst thing you could possibly do,
It is.
especially now
My
times,
God.
forgetting characters' names.
Yes, Rivet, voiced by Jennifer Hale, and the new, like, Femme Clank, I can't remember their name either, but they're so lovable that, like, the new Clank is great. And Rivet has so much, like, spark and character, charisma to her.
I would say she has spunk.
Spunk, that's it. That's what I was thinking of when I said spark. I just fucked it up. But legitimately, they are so interesting. Their little dynamic they have their own, because they're swapped with who they're with, you get to learn about them through the characters asking each other, like, their own stories.
So Ratchet's not paired up with Clank.
Yeah, so they mix them up. And that honestly allows for the most, like, natural way to understand and how to learn where these characters came from.
Well,
and
that's generally a
what their
good way to
motivations
tell
are.
a story. You have someone who you can, associate with, and they know as much as you do, and you find out through them asking the questions you want to ask. That's a good way to invest in a story.
So it does the same thing that God of War did with the boats, where you'd be listening to these stories that Mimir was telling you, and you don't pull up at the dock because you want to hear the end of the story. The same thing would happen in this, where you'd be running around Ratchet and Clank, and all of a sudden Ratchet would be talking to Femme Clank, whose name I can't... not Clank, Girl Clank. But he'd be talking to her and, like, asking her questions, and she was really standoffish to start with, and then she starts opening up once she trusts him a bit more and trusts herself. And listening to those conversations were some of the best parts of the game, in my opinion. Like, these characters are so nice. It's so wholesome. I love it.
Plus, it looks real pretty.
Oh, and the gameplay is so much fun with all the guns and shit. Oh, my God.
What about the collectibles? You platinum this, didn't you?
I did.
And is it a good platinum? Is it a fun platinum? Or
I
is
say
it
it's a good
grind?
platinum, so long as you know that one trophy that I absolutely hated.
Spoil it.
You just, when you get a shield weapon, use it all the goddamn time, because otherwise you'll get to the end of the game and you'll have to try and use it from level 1 against all these enemies who are as tough as you, and it's a pain in the ass. But other than that, it's excellent. And all the collectibles are super easy to get and everything. A lot of the collectibles, one of them's really fun, where it's all dimension hoppy stuff, and they reference other PlayStation franchises. So fun.
Yes.
So fun.
I even got all the collectibles in this. I didn't get all the trophies, but I did go out and collect all the all the collectibles.
Because they made them really fun.
Yeah. It didn't become a chore.
Yeah, exactly.
Floppy, who else we got from our Patreons over at patreon.com/Hack The Dino,
We
who
got
gave
my
us their...
boy Dylan the Villain.
Dylan the Villain, I think we can announce, winner of the Hack The Dino Patreon Fantasy
But
Critic.
I mean,
We'll make a-
destroyer.
We'll make a bigger deal about it
We will.
on the final show of the year.
We will.
The destroyer of the fantasy critic.
I got to tease, he's preparing his speech as we speak.
Oh, good. Good.
I hope so. We'd be disappointed now if he doesn't.
But seriously, though, he whooped us.
Oh.
So bad.
So he has picked as his favourite games. I'm assuming are the highlighted ones their top.
No, so the highlighted ones are the ones we're going to speak about, because we're
Okay.
doubling
So
up.
in no particular order, Forza Horizon 5, for reasons we've just seen. Ratchet and Clank Rip Apart, for reasons we've just heard. It Takes Two, for reasons. And Guardians of the Galaxy.
Now, you want to talk about this one a little bit, don't you, Floppy?
I'd love to. See,
anticipating this from when it was first announced.
This was my most anticipated game this year, and also the one I was the most nervous about. Because I wanted it to be good. I wanted it to be fun.
Yeah, I like the way they're realistically falling off that ledge there.
It's a fucking... You play a game where the tiny little balls control a big animal. Like, shut up. Pokemon.
Oh,
I thought
right,
you were
okay.
talking about Super Monkey Ball.
I didn't know what
Tiny
you were
little
talking
balls,
about.
and I meant to say contain, not control.
I will just stop you there. Actually, those balls, you throw at their face, and they are forced to live in there until you want them to come out and use their special powers to destroy and kill another animal.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Anyway, so it's my most anticipated game, but the one I was most nervous about because I wanted it to be good. It's a franchise that I enjoy. I really wanted the game to be a single player, just fun campaign. And, we played Avengers. Didn't go so great. But they learned a lot from it. And they came back with, I think, what is a really good game. It is polished. It is finished. It's a lot of fun. I think it's well written. Like, I really enjoyed the banter. A lot of it is kind of corny, but it's supposed to be. Like, I think they nail the edge of corny without going too far. Well, it doesn't really get into lame territory. Music, we've already said, is just like out of this world. The combat's really cool. It's nice and fluid, very sort of Batman Arkham-y. And yeah, just a cool storyline that you can enjoy, go along, single player, have a lot of fun.
Next, we have We Are Robots with their pick for Game of the Year. Well, they're 4 picks that they think should be Game of the Year contenders. And they are, of course, Forza Horizon 5, It Takes Two, Psychonauts 2, and Deathloop. Now, just a little quick note about It Takes Two. Did anyone play it at all?
No, but the more I see about it, the more I want to.
It's a couch co-op, so you need to play it with someone. So you need to buy 2 PlayStation 2 controllers.
PlayStation 2 controller.
5. Would I say 2 for?
I don't know.
Because it's a 2-player game.
I've got two PS5 controllers. That's fine.
My brain is Swiss cheese.
So I've always enjoyed games like this. I enjoyed Unravel or Unravel 2, where you play it co-op, catch co-op. A Way Out, that sort of stuff. I always enjoy these. I always think they're fun.
Braden, you play this at all?
No, I didn't play it, but I did watch a couple streamers play it, and I've watched heaps of people play parts of it, and so I've seen a bunch of the different mini games and puzzle solving and everything like that. It seems like it's really fun. I'd like to get it at some point because I think it would be a great fun time to just sit down on the couch and play it with Michaela and try and figure it out. So yeah, I'd like to pick it up at some point. It also is just visually really nice. See,
a lot of the 2-player couch co-op games that I do get to play, I play with Parker, who's my 14-year-old daughter, and that doesn't usually end well. Last game we played together was Bowser's Fury, and yeah. Oh no, and 3D World, where we were both Anyway, less said about that.
You don't like playing with others.
I do not. I hate you all. Apart from Patreons, they're great.
Unless you're on Fortnite, because then he gets to use you as cannon fodder.
Snipe you from a bush.
I believe when we're playing, correct me if I'm wrong, but I always say, "Oh, Floppy, can you just draw those people out?"
No, it's more like
I'll flank them.
It's more like, "Hey, Floppy, what's that thing over there? Go check it out." Oh, it's a group of people trying to kill you.
And then I come around the side and I save you.
I'll get them. Don't worry.
Oh, we were playing the other week, and you had to go and do something, so you had to hide in a bush, in which time both Anto and I died. So we're just sitting there watching you in the bush going, yeah, he's going to die.
No, the thing was, I hid in the bush because one of my kids had woken up and had a nightmare.
Right.
So I was hiding in the bush, and I left, and you both died and were waiting for me to come back.
And then you came back and went, oh, yeah, Floppy, you have to res us.
No, and you know what? That wasn't even me. That was my partner.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's why they weren't talking.
She was playing and just trying to get to wherever you were because she knew I wasn't going to get back in time and I think got caught by the storm or something.
So we were just hanging shit on her then.
By the time I came back, it was all over.
Because you just come back and you go, yeah, I've got to go, guys. And we're like, yeah, all right, see you, Floppy. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, Deathloop, one of their other picks from We Are Robots. Yeah, cool game. I already said that I like the aesthetic. I like the time loop function. I like the fact that you have to figure out, like it's a puzzle game as well as a shooter. You power up while doing that. Yeah, it's a good game. It's what I'm trying. I'm all flabbergasted. I'm thinking about Fortnite. Braden,
Yo.
what do you think about this bad old game? And by
Deathloop?
bad, the cool bad.
The cool bad.
Bad like Shaft.
With the yeah, honestly. One of my favorite videos from one of my favorite content creators on YouTube was about Deathloop. He did a video breaking down what type of game Deathloop is, but after you watch about 8 minutes of it, something happens, and then the video starts again, and he proceeds to do a time loop story in his video about Deathloop.
Very good.
Tricky.
So I highly recommend it. It's very funny and ends up with some really stupid plot twists. But the entire time he's still trying to break down the gameplay of Deathloop and the story. And it just resets every time and the stupid stuff happens. I highly recommend it. It's very fun. But also the game looks really fun, and I've watched a couple of people play it. I've got a couple of friends who have picked it up and played it, and they really enjoyed it. So, and I like the gameplay from games like Dishonored. So the fact that it's more of that and they're adding more elements to it, that's really fun.
Floppy, did you play Deathloop at all?
Not yet. I have picked it up, and the more I see about it, the more I want to throw it in.
I really think you'll love
I'm
this.
on a thing this year where I'm trying to finish games. Like I have a list going because it's something that I'm notorious for is not finishing games. So I'm actually trying very hard to only play a couple of games at a time and finish them before I move on. So it's definitely very close to being the next game I play.
Oh, wow. High praise. Do you want to go through our next Patreon?
It is
pick?
if you know me. Fuck.
Yeah, Smurfs. Smurfs beat Deathloop, everyone. He would rather play Smurfs than Deathloop. Floppy.
Fuck, I just lost everything. Touched a button. Shit.
Good. Do you want to hear?
No, here we go.
Was the button delete?
What am I doing? Triple Indie.
Yep.
So Triple Indie has... I thought I was doing Townsies and I just read them.
You're doing Triple Indie.
Triple Indie. RE Village. Returnal. Ratchet and Clank. Metroid Dread.
Seen a bit of a theme here. Like, everyone pretty much has the same couple of games.
There's at least two. There's 4 games that appear in multiple people.
Did you play Returnal at all,
No.
Floppy? No?
No, I'm not a Souls-like
It's
guy.
not a Souls-like. It's a roguelike.
I'm not a road-like guy, really. It's... I think it looks pretty... It didn't do anything to make me want to play it.
It's tough as nails.
That's another reason.
I'm a big... I really love the shmup bosses. They are so much fun. Just strafing and trying to dodge all the attacks as you're firing relentlessly. It's great. I really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed it. Braden, did you play Returnal at all?
I did.
Oh! Anto!
Yeah. I've only gotten to the second biome because the first boss took a couple of tries. And
Braden, you could at least move your mouth to try and pretend that you're talking.
Yeah, it's super interesting. If anyone likes Deathloop or games that have a do-over mechanic, this one's probably a little harder because I think it's designed to be similar to Dark Souls in terms of difficulty. But yeah, it looks great, plays fantastically. If you like bullet hell games, it's a good one to go for. I've just got praise to say about it. There's nothing that I really don't like about it. So yeah.
Thank you, Anto.
Were you miming anything in particular, Ben, or no?
Sorry?
Were you mouthing anything in particular, or?
Oh, I was being Anto.
Oh, okay. I was just singing Avril Lavigne's "I Could Be Your Girlfriend."
Hey, no way.
Weird, because I was singing Skater Boy.
Oh,
Wow.
In
I
my
was
head.
singing...
Go on, name another Avril Lavigne song, I dare you.
I was about to say, I was singing that when a hero will save us, we're not going to turn away. By Chad Kroger, who is, of course, Avril Lavigne's husband. Boom! Pop culture reference that neither of you knew. Eat it.
Pretty sure he's not.
He is. She's
No.
married to Chad Kroger.
No.
Wasn't she replaced by a body double? Nah, it's conspiracy theories.
Michael Towns, our wonderful Patreon from Game Boy Games, gave us their top 4 games of 2021, and they are Super Mario World and Bowser's Fury, WarioWare, Get It Together, Pikmin Bloom, and no fourth. He said we can choose, so I'm throwing Cyberpunk 2077 in there. So Super Mario World and Bowser's Fury. Yep, cool game. It's an old game. Bowser's Fury was really good. As we've mentioned a couple of times, seemed to be a bit of an experiment. Nintendo trying to test the waters to see what they could get away with, possibly a new game. WarioWare, get it together. I am a huge fan of the WarioWare games, especially, what was the one on the Wii called? Because there's been a couple, but the one... Smooth Moves.
Smooth Moves, sorry.
That's the one. That game is hilarious. Great fun time. Haven't played this one yet, but yes, if it's anything like that, just a hell of a lot of fun. Minigame, ultra micro mini games with just stupid jokes. Like you pluck hairs out of people's noses. You
Couldn't get into it.
really?
No.
Did you play this one?
A little bit, but not much. Like I didn't like what it looked like.
Right.
So I can't comment on the gameplay or the cleverness of the games. I didn't like looking at it.
Really? Why not?
Don't know. Just didn't.
Braden, are you a fan of Wario? And his wares?
I played the one on the DS, I think.
Yep.
And I mean, they're completely wacky, bonkers, stupid, like good fun. And like the exact type of thing that you can just pick up and play for like 5-10 minutes. And I like that about them. The fact that they've got all this stupid co-op crap in there is great. And I've definitely watched a couple streamers who have absolutely screamed at each other when the other one stuffs it up for them, and then immediately on the following one, it does the reverse and someone else screws it up. It's great fun.
Sorry, Floppy, you go?
No. Just thought about. You just triggered a thought that I'd had earlier, like days ago, talking about two streamers screaming at each other. All of us should play Overcooked.
No. God, no.
My God.
No.
Oh, you'd be fucking... You know, you say no.
I would beat the shit out of you.
I'm going to preemptively...
And how many people would fucking watch
I'm
that?
going to preemptively announce the ending of Hack the Dino. Second that stream ends.
You know, what was it called? It was on the DS and it was on the Wii U. I think it was NES Remix.
Yeah.
Why aren't those games on the Switch? They've released everything else, and those games are fun as hell. Basically this, but you did mini games throughout NES's history.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Bring that.
I wonder if it's a licensing thing.
Well, they own it all. Why would it be a licensing thing when it's all their properties?
I don't know, mate. I can't come up with all the answers.
Well, you can't even come up with some of them.
That's not true.
That
one.
Pikmin Bloom, which is the Pikmin game that came out. I trialed that for a bit when it was in the beta to test it. Boring. Whatever.
Yeah, I heard that was a bit of a flop.
It's just different, and it's not like Pokemon Go at all. Not a fun time, in my opinion. And Cyberpunk 2077. Well, Michael Towns, that was a bad choice. I don't know why you consider that to be Game of the Year. Actually, it's embarrassing.
I think I've got some gameplay of Cyberpunk on the screen
Oh,
here.
yes.
Please do
Good,
show.
Good. Oh, yes, there it is. That's where Keanu Reeves takes the main protagonist's sperm out for a walk in the that's where the sperm, because
What?
No shaving the pubic areas of the sperm.
Hey, Braden, turn it off and he'll stop talking.
Okay, so what are our choices? Braden, go first. What's your runner-up and what's your prediction for what Game of the Year will be?
My runner-up are two games that I haven't even played yet.
All right.
But I'm
like
very
a true
excited for them,
podcaster.
like a true gaming podcaster. No, legitimately, the new Forza and Guardians of the Galaxy, it's looking like. They both look fantastic and I'm very excited for them. And then I think I don't need to harp on about it anymore. My top pick is 180% Ratchet & Clank. Like
By
it
definition
had to be.
alone, can't be more than 100%. Sorry, mate.
Oh, you will actually.
Well, you say that, but according to Spotify, we're 290% up on listeners this year. So I'll go with that statistic, thank you, because it feeds my ego. Screw maths.
It's pretty good.
All right, Floppy, your runner-up and your prediction.
My runner-up is Resident Evil Village. Love that game. Was exactly what I wanted it to be, which is why it's my runner-up and not my winner.
Wait, what? Huh?
It's my runner-up,
Yeah.
but because it did exactly what I wanted it to be. And ticked all those boxes.
So it ticked all your boxes.
Yes.
So everything you want in a game of the year, it did.
Yes.
I think I'm following where Floppy's. I'm picking up
did.
what you're putting down.
Yes, correct. My game of the year, however, is a game that I didn't know was going to tick those boxes. My game of the year is Metroid Dread. Because it did all the things right, just like Resident Evil did, but I didn't think it was gonna. And it surprised me. And it surprised me so much that it was a delight. And I could not get over how much I love this game and how much I didn't realize I was going to love this game. Which is the only reason it got over my Resident Evil, because I'm a big Resident Evil fan. I always knew that I was going to love Resident Evil.
Right.
And I love Resident Evil. I think they did a great job. I think it's fantastic, wonderfully built, wonderfully paced, wonderfully acted game. This game is all that as well, but I didn't realize it was going to be.
Do you know what it could have done to be perfect? It could have sung a smurfing song.
Oh, fuck off. Smurf you smurf it. Fucking smurf it.
No, you're supposed to expleet the F word with
No, it's more fun if you don't and put fucking smurfer in it.
Okay, for me, my runner-up of the year is Psychonauts 2. Just because it's a narrative-driven single-player game from a former indie studio. I did say before that this game was well in production and well on its way to release before Microsoft Studio or Xbox Studios picked it up and sort of helped it along. How much that Infinite Pocket helped with them getting it as polished and as working as well as it did, we don't know. But I just think it's a great achievement for such a small non-AAA game studio to come out with a game that has scored extremely higher on everyone's lists. But much like Floppy, my Game of the Year prediction, which I talked about just before, is, of course, Metroid Dread. No, I haven't played it yet. I am that much closer to doing it because, I've never been able to really get into a Metroid game. I've said I think I own all of them or copies of all of them. The thing that sold it for me was Floppy saying that he'd never played a Metroid game before and he loved it enough to stick through it. So, I mean, there's a demo. There's a free demo.
Not to stick through it, but like couldn't put it down.
Yeah. And again, that's that Hades thing where Dan became obsessed with it and I went, all right, well, yeah, that's generally a good kudos. So I did it and I really enjoyed it as well.
That's how like, what's the word I'm looking for? How intoxicating someone else's passion can be. Like you feed off that, man. Like this thing rocked me so hard and I was so impressed. Like you need to play this if you have same reservations that I do about Metroidvania style games. All right.
I didn't realize that we still had deals to go. So Super Fast Super League deals. All right, Floppy, hit us.
All right, on the Switch, we have a little game called Arcane. You may have heard of it. It's $1.50, down from $7.50, so it's 80% off. I know what you're thinking, $7.50, not much. It's a lot more than $1.50.
Yep.
Arcane's a brutal arena arcade slasher based on a one-hit, one-kill gameplay mechanics.
Yep, cool little game. I bought it on the last sale. I really enjoyed it. Can't find any footage of it anywhere, though.
Weird. Number 2.
Yep.
I'm going to throw over to Ben because he's really fucking excited about
this.
Oh,
man. If you like Smurfs, Floppy, you're going to love this game.
Even though I'm not this low, mate.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone in between and of all ages, your game of the year is really equestrian training, and I'm reading the whole damn blurb. Have fun while learning more about horses and riding. Alone or with friends, discover a new way to learn about horses and riding. Based on the official FFE, French Horse Riding Federation. What? Known as the diplomas are known as gallops. The game helps you improve in the training mode, test your knowledge in the exam mode, and have fun while learning with various educational minigames. You will soon be an expert in the field of horse riding. Riding? A multiplayer mode for up to 4 players. Challenge your friends' horse riding knowledge and cooperate with them to compete in the practical exercises. 2,500 questions on horses and riding written by horse riding professionals are based on the official FFE diplomas. A large glossary of terms related to horses and riding. Fully posable training sessions. Choose the theme, riding, knowledge, or care, the number of questions, and decide whether you want to use a timer. More than 15 mini games split into 3 categories: endurance race, obstacle jumping, and grooming, which will help you put theory into practice while having fun. Statistic charts to monitor your progress and identify areas you need to focus your efforts on. And can I say, we're looking at some footage on the screen here, and my goodness, if that isn't like Ratchet and Crank, that horse doesn't even have ears. Anyway, it's usually on sale for $36.75, but you can get it at the low price of... sorry, I got that the wrong way around. It's normally $52.20, but you can get it for the low price of $36.75.
Holy shit, that's so much money.
Look at it. That's all you do. Floppy, what else we got?
You know I can get you that a physical copy.
You have to now.
I've got a Christmas present for you. Get a fucking physical copy of this shit. Can't believe you made me sit through that. Oh, did you see Braden neck himself? Jesus. Okay, no more horses, I promise. Over on the PlayStation.
Hey!
Oh, wait, now I gotta go back. You gotta recharge the muesli.
For
Ultimate
purpose.
energy.
Why does it look like spaghetti? Or it looks like chips.
It's just
Did it just piss? Pretty sure it just pissed.
Anyway, what's next?
I can get you this physically, by the way. Over on the PlayStation, you can get No, sorry. You can get Hot Wheels Unleashed, which the complete edition, which both Braden and I spoke about. Anton's got some pretty high opinions on as well. Normally $100 because it's for the complete edition. $69. So
Nice.
that's a hell of a bargain.
What's the difference between the complete edition and the
I don't
normal?
remember.
You pay $69 for this one, then it pops up
Nice.
on your bank account.
This is a super fun game, though. It is super fun. It is super pretty and just nice and chilled.
Yeah, but can you have 2,500 questions about horses fucking around?
Fuck, I hope not. Also on the PlayStation, you can get Doom, Doom 2, and Doom 64, all for only $2.26
The original Doom 2, and Doom
Doom
64.
$2.26 each.
Why not? They're fun games.
Get them.
Yeah, it's just great.
Just get them. It's so much fun. And on to coming to Games Pass, the big one, 8th of December, Halo Infinite.
Can you believe that's almost here?
You know what? I'll believe it when it's on my system and playing it.
Really? You still don't think it's going to come out in 4 days?
Oh, no. I'm just, we'll call it cautiously optimistic.
Cautiously optimistic to a game that's already got a pre-score of 87%.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll play it when it's on my console.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think it'd be great.
I legitimately am. I have at my place of business, we have a giant Master Chief at the moment, and I put a Christmas hat on him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to have at Spotlight.
Yeah, I know. And what's more, Spotlight's the porno place that Floppy works at. So,
No, not Spotlight. It's called Fleshlight, Braden.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was the arts and crafts shop.
No, God, no. I wouldn't be caught dead working there.
no.
Porn store for me it is. I'm a classy man. And also coming on December 16th, The Gunk, which Ben has decided needs to release to win. Needs this to release to win Fantasy.
So that's what I
Critic.
thought when I wrote it until I sat back and actually did. So Fantasy Critic, for those of you who don't know, every year Hack the Dino has 2 competitions, a Patreon fantasy league called Fantasy Critic, where we pick games for games that are releasing that year, and based on their review scores, we aggregate points, and the person with the highest score wins the league for the year. We have 2. We have one with just the hosts, which this year was Floppy, Braden, and I, and we had one with all the Patreon, or a majority of the Patreons as well. More on that next show, but for the whole year, Braden and I have been neck and neck taking the lead from each other, and it's coming down to The Gunk, which is releasing on the 16th. I need this game to get above 70, because if it gets less, I lose and Braden wins. But if it doesn't, and it beats the 70, and I get some points, I become a 2-time Fantasy League champion.
Just in case you didn't pick up on it, I know you might be surprised. No chance in this guy winning.
I think Braden and I have got over 100 points.
I'm at like
Floppy has.
41.
But we're going to be talking about that in Dino More. So it's not too late if you're listening now to head on over to patreon.com and sign up for Hack the Dino's Patreon. Just $1 a month. $1 a month. And you get to jump in the Discord and play next year with us. But speaking of playing, it's time to play a little game we like to call Braydan versus the World. Now, last show, we ended up on 38 apiece. Braydan representing Braydan on 38, and the world represented by Floppy and sometimes Anto when we allow him because he gets all the songs right anyway, also on 38.
Did I hear you didn't get them all straight away with Composer Year first 6 lines of lyrics last week? Anto?
Yeah, no. I got a few wrong because I didn't get the correct version of the game.
Did you get a little overconfident?
Potentially, but
It's about knowing how to play the game.
yeah,
That's
it's
right.
about knowing how Ben's going to screw with you.
No, it's about knowing that Ben's going to screw with you.
Speaking of,
Not
am I playing this
how.
week or no?
You are the Hail Mary. You're the call a friend,
Okay, cool.
if I allow it.
If Floppy can't call the friend on the first round.
No, it has to be the fourth at least.
What?
Yeah, fourth round.
What do you mean
Fourth question, not fourth round.
I think it meant fourth song at least. I'm like,
No, fourth
you
round.
literally just said, okay.
But we're on 38 apiece. And because we announced it last show, next show at our grand finale for the year 2021 will be the last ever Braydan versus the World. And we will also have a special guest for the whole show and Braydan versus the World.
Dave Grohl.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn,
Dave
what a-
Grohl's performing live in the studio.
What a get. My God.
All right, we ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Song number 1. This is from Dylan the Villain, by the way. So I just remembered it plays in another player, so I had to jump over.
What's the what now?
It's all right, all good. Computer difficulties. So that was from Dylan the Villain. I should also mention, those of you who support at the post-show Patreon level, they get to choose a song. And whatever game replaces Braydan versus the World, they will also be involved. So if you feel like giving us $15 a month, you too can be involved in the show, like Dylan the Villain.
Do it.
Okay, who goes first? Brayden? Brayden, question number 1.
How many years have you been doing this?
I don't know, too many.
What console is this on?
This one was on the DS.
Ooh.
Floppy, question number 1.
Is it a first party game?
Yes. Shit.
I feel like someone should have researched that.
No. If it was developed by someone but under license, is that still a first party? That's where my problem's coming in.
Can I rephrase the question?
All right.
Is the main character a first
Yes.
party character?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Question number 2, Braden.
What style of game is this?
A racing game.
Ooh.
Question number 2, Floppy.
Yeah, okay.
How many are on the DS?
Hang on.
No, not more dead air.
What style of racing was it? There's arcade, there's simulation.
Just putting words into my mouth there, are you? I'd say this is more akin to an arcade racer.
Thank you.
Question number 3, Braden.
God, okay. Well, I mean, there's like there's one, but like I don't know if there were others.
I don't think it'll be that.
Yeah, I think that would be a trip up. How would you describe the main character?
It's a me.
Fair enough.
Floppy, question number 3.
Oh, it seems too easy now.
I need the exact title.
Braden, do you know the exact title?
No, I'm trying to rack my brain.
Well, you still got questions to try and find out.
Do I?
Yeah, but is it Mario Kart DS?
No, it's Mario Kart 7 on
Oh,
the DS.
I'm just going to call you out on your answer to a question. You said it was for Nintendo DS, not 3DS.
Same thing.
No.
Anto,
Did they
shut up.
did they do one that had tour in the title as well?
No, just Mario Kart 7.
I could have sworn there was a Mario.
Well, I
Kart.
could have sworn we're moving on. Here we go. Question song number 2.
Everyone's going to be calling you out on that 3DS thing.
Everyone kiss my ass.
Is this a Townsy one or is this a you one?
No, this is me. So question number 1, Braden.
Are they the world's most fighting team? I can't remember what the lyric is. The what? Most fearsome fighting team?
Yes, they are. Floppy.
Shit.
Well, luckily there's only one game starring these.
I was going to say, that's literally all I know.
What console is it on?
It's not. Oh, snap. What's been done?
Anto's got it.
Question number 2. Well, Anto can't chime in because
Not
he
yet.
made me look foolish, so therefore I'm barring him.
But I've still got the call a friend.
Well, depends.
I feel like you can't just.
I feel I
change
can
the
do
rules.
whatever the hell I want. It's my game. Braden, question number 2.
What kind of video game is this?
It's a fighting game. Or a side-scroller, beat-em-up type game. Question number 2, Floppy. Jesus fucking Christ, would you stop
Did
with
it
the
have
dead
a
air?
weird title?
Sorry, podcast listeners. I know you can't see my pretty face. What time did this game come out?
1989.
I honestly was expecting you to say some bullshit like 8 a.m.
I'll remember that for next time.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Question number 3, Brad.
Okay. Who was the developer of this game?
Konami. Question number 3. 3? Yeah, 3, Floppy.
Was this an arcade game?
It was. Question number 4, Braden.
We're just dodging around.
Remember all those arcades you visited, Braden?
Yeah.
Back in the heyday?
You mean tons of fun before it closed down and then
No, I said
reopened?
arcades, not
Tons of fun's still a thing, by the way.
Exactly,
It
yeah,
is.
that's all I
Time
know.
zone, you mean?
Time Zone. Oh, true.
Or
was
remember
Time
the
Zone,
arcade at the Royal Show, Floppy? That was great.
was Time Zone the one that you could do lock-ins at?
Yep.
Oh,
Downtown.
my older cousin did one of those. Oh my god, it was fantastic.
Man, I really want an arcade back.
I love the smell of procrastination.
Oh god, I'm trying to remember if it had some weird-ass title.
Do you know what the best part, though, is, Floppy, of Braden's procrastination?
Gives me
He's
time
still
to think.
entertaining and doesn't sit there going... "Doo."
I had to do that, otherwise my brain wasn't going to work.
This is the thing with watching the two screens at the same time. It's the same thing.
All right, Braden.
Are the first 4 words of the title Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yes.
Yep.
Floppy,
That's
question
about
number
as far
4?
as I know.
I just want to guess, but I don't know if it's the right one. So I'm just going to give it. If I do that, I'm going to give it to him, aren't I?
Anto is sitting here with the mic holding it right here.
Can I call on Anto for phone a friend, please?
Yes.
Is it no? Clarification: is he allowed to just give the answer? Or
He's
is
allowed to do whatever he likes. He
Okay.
can ask a question to clarify for you, or he can decide to, take it upon himself and, much like last week, get it wrong. Anto,
Thanks for the vote of confidence there, Ben.
shut up. Answer the question.
I have a question for Floppy very quickly.
Yes.
That's your question. You get one question or an answer.
He didn't give a question. He said a statement.
Come
Okay.
on. Come on. What is it? What are you going to do? You dead air as well. Jesus, what is wrong with you two?
Because asking a question shouldn't be the question. If it's
Are really going to argue with me?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game.
Yes.
Ooh, thank you, Anto.
Nice recovery.
Testing me, Anto. Don't.
It's not testing. It's called poking the bear.
That's right, and I'm a big old bear man. Grrr. Look at my fangs.
Hey, Homer. Who's the bear?
Here we go. Here we
That
go.
wasn't Homer, was it?
Song number 3. This is from Michael Towns. It just keeps going on like that, but it's freaking awesome. Who
Okay.
cares?
Beat Saber?
Okay, question number
Can you
1.
imagine that in Beat Saber? Just
It'll be the only one I win. Brayden.
What console was this on?
This was on the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Okay.
Floppy.
What style of gameplay was it?
It is a side-scroller fighting beat-em-up, fisty cuff.
A fist 'em up, if you will.
It's a fist 'em up. Yes, it's a side-scroller fist 'em up.
That's the kind of game that I sell at Spotlight. I mean, Flashlight.
Oh man.
Brayden,
Oof,
question number 2.
I gotta recover from that. All right.
Oh, you don't.
No, I don't.
No.
All right, that's fine then. How would you describe the main character?
Loose.
Relapsed?
Which one?
Yep.
Ooh.
Can I answer that?
Yeah, sure.
The first one. If there's an option screen, the first one.
Oh, okay. I would describe them as green. Question number 2, Floppy.
How many main characters are there, Ben?
2. Well, technically 3, but we'll say 2.
Are you saying... What was the console?
NES.
Okay.
ANES. Brayden, question number 3.
How would you describe the world?
Round.
I think he means in the game, not ours in particular.
Oh, they'd probably be round as well, generally. Floppy, question number 3.
For the NES, it would literally be pixely and square.
Hey, you can do some amazing things with pixel art, Brayden.
Do you have... No. What were the weapons you have in the game that you wield?
Big old fists. It's a fist 'em up, remember?
Green.
Yep. Brayden, question number 4.
I feel like the amount of characters is somehow a trick. I feel like it's a trick somehow. Is it cartoony or is it meant to be real?
Cartoony.
Okay.
Question number 4, Floppy.
What is the name of one of the characters?
Zits. Question number 5, Brayden.
Is it Battletoads?
It's Battletoads! That was the pause screen. I still just, like, when Michael Town sent it to me, I was like, oh, yes! Because I distinctly going, as a kid playing it, and just wanting to hear that.
That's the thing. Like, when you get the pause or the menu music for something, and, like, it's a game you've played for, like, hours on end, and, like, you hear it again in the future, you're like, oh my god, I remember that.
Game Boy Dad in the chat has just asked a question for you guys. Did it have a shit reboot? Yes, it did.
And why did it take us so long to get that?
Fucking never played it.
Great game. You should, when you get an S eventually, get Battletoads. It's great. Okay.
Really only 2? I thought there was 3.
There's 3 of them, but you can only play 2 because it was an NES. So you can play 2-player co-op. So you can only choose 2 at a time.
But was there not 3 characters that you
There are
choose?
3, yeah.
That was the thing that was
That
tripping
was
me
the
up.
thing. All right, here we go. Last song. So the world's on 39. Braydan's on 40. Come on, Floppy. Can you tie it all up before the big grand finale?
Oh, fucking doubtful.
Really? Well,
Yeah, we've all met me before, right?
will this sway your mind? Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. It's here. The trophy of infinite awesome is here, and it's up for grabs. That's right. The tree trophy itself is here. Oh, my God.
Where the fuck have you kept that?
That has been in my prolapse. All right, let's go. Playing for that. Here it is.
Oh, I don't want it anymore. You can have it, Braden. I
Song
tasted
number
it.
4.
I tasted it.
Tastes like candy.
Tastes like ass.
Hi, Braden. Well,
There's an added layer to this one now.
Braden,
Is there?
Yeah, there is.
question number 1.
Oh, good.
Was it released in the last 5 years?
No.
Cool.
Floppy.
What console is this on?
DS.
Are you sure?
Fuck
Because the
you.
last time you said DS, it was a fucking 3DS.
Well, it'll be whatever I want it to be.
Well, that's not how...
3DO. It was on the 3DO.
Not
Screw
how
you.
fucking history works, dickhead.
History's written by the winners, and you're not winning, so
Unless
shut
you're
up.
America, and then it can be whatever you want.
Okay, question number 2, Braden.
What color's the cover?
Ooh, it's starry.
He knows what
Fuck's
this
sake.
fucking is.
God damn it.
Floppy?
What's the name of the main character?
Whatever you want it to be, you can name it. What? That's an actual answer.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Question number 3, Braden.
Okay, I'm trying to think of how to narrow it down. Without just like, What's the last 2 letters of the character on the cover?
Jesus Christ, man.
I'm trying to make it difficult for Floppy to get.
Oh, dude, don't worry.
No, because there's one answer that could, like, there are other questions I could ask that would make it stupid clear, but...
Okay. So, the last two
last two
letters
letters.
of the character on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. AR. Because you didn't specify front or back cover. Oh, look at that. What's that? What's that? Is that for you, Brayden? Here you go. That's what you get.
Fair enough.
Didn't make it harder or easier for me at all. Okay, my question is, which cover are you talking about? Front or back?
I just said.
He did just say the back.
I just said the back.
You just said you didn't specify which one.
Yeah, because it's not important. Because if I meant the front, he would have guessed it.
Then I didn't understand the question. Shut up.
Brayden, question number 4.
What are the last 2 letters of the character on the front cover?
Last 2 characters of the character on the front card. So the last 2 characters
The last 2 letters
last
of
two
the character's
letters
name on the front
Of the
cover.
character's name on the front cover of this game.
Okay, well, it's ME because the last 2 letters of the character on the front cover of this game is ME.
I can hit stop streaming whenever I want. You broke the camera.
What did you just do to
How'd
the
you do
camera?
that?
Fucking hell.
Floppy. Oh, come on, the game's ending. I'm going to get my fun in now.
Do you want to just give Braden the trophy
No,
now?
no, come on.
Fuck, is it Jumanji?
Floppy. This was so easy.
Everything's easy if you fucking know it.
It's Pokemon Pearl.
It was Pearl. Okay,
Cool.
there we go. That was what I was after. I was after an IA or an LA.
I know you were. And at the end of the penultimate Brayden versus the World, we have Brayden on 41 and the World on 39. Oh boy, what a Jimmy of a pickle that was. That's not even a saying, but it is
You had to do
now.
a fucking Pokemon game. I'm going to cop shit for that later.
And you are too. Oh, see, I thought it was being tricky because I had the from the where you heal your Pokemon up. I was being sneaky.
That's
Isn't that in all of them?
But
Yeah.
it's also the exact same thing where like it's the same with the Battletoads menu music. Like the second I heard it, I was like, I've heard that so much.
Yeah.
It's
Did you
ingrained
not
in my
know
brain.
automatically where it was from?
Oh no, I knew which one. I just needed to specify whether it was.
No, you did
Diamond
well
or
to get
Pearl. And also whether or not it was the remake or not.
I guess someone needs to play more Pokemon. Floppy.
Someone has to stop turning the sound off.
Huh? Oh, you. Yeah, right. Okay, good. We've been Hack the Dino. This has been our gaming cast where we talk about the past, present, and future of video games news, give reviews, and discussions. But this isn't the only place where you can see us. You can head on over to different areas of the internet and be careful, it's scary out there, and experience us in other forms. Floppy, what
Yes.
form can people you look at?
Oh, you can go over and see me at fleshlight.com. I mean, sorry. You can go see me at Instagram, Floppy Plays Games, which is true. Smurfs, Collector's Edition, I might add. I think my comment... Yeah, okay, I know what you're thinking. But it's a really good 3D
Why is
platformer.
it, sorry, why is it called the Smurfs Vile AF?
Mission Vile Leaf. There is a poisoned leaf out there.
Braden, what does that say?
Viliaf?
It says Vile AF.
Viliaf.
Good old
I think
Smurfs.
it's trying to be an Animal Crossing crossover with the font on Leaf.
Well, what do you think of the good old Papa Smurf and his slaves?
It's good fun.
Yeah. What does Gargamel do?
I don't know yet. I haven't got to the end.
No. What's the cat's name? Azrael.
Azrael.
Azrael. What does Azrael do?
Look at the other stuff I've got.
Oh,
There's
check
cool
this
Metal
thing
Gear
out.
shit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
dude. So that boomerang is a USB flash drive that comes loaded with content, or like behind the scenes stuff and soundtracks and stuff of the games.
That's really
fun.
cool.
That is one of the best GWPs I've ever seen. Gift with purchase.
Ooh, insider trader knowledge. Look at that. Look at that. What are we seeing on the screen there, Floppy?
We are seeing my Metal Gear Solid for the PS1 and a book that some fuckhead gave me a gave me a heads up about on eBay.
I don't know why you're bitter. I was trying to help you. If anything,
don't know.
Brayden should be dirty.
Never try to help
I was gonna
me.
say, like, he helped you get a thing that you wanted.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, what a prick. How
No, the
dare
fuck you was purely for the
Anyway, it doesn't.
The
It's
whole
not
thing.
important.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not important. What the funny thing about that Metal Gear book is, as Floppy and I were talking about,
They've changed his name.
they've changed his name because in the first game, it's based on the NES version of Metal Gear, and he was only called Solid Snake there. So in this, they called him like Nathan or something.
Or Jane? No, isn't it James?
James,
But his
that's
name's
right.
David. We know his name's David, but I don't think we didn't know that until Metal Gear Solid came out.
That's right.
Wow.
But yeah, it is a book from a series of books that I think we both had as kids. Mm-hmm. I had Castlevania and stuff like that as well. I'd like to get more of them. Metal Gear.
Well, I told you, because I got the whole collection a while ago, and
You gave me a Master Blaster.
That's right. Yeah, no, I did.
That's a
But yeah,
for you guys.
and if you want to zip back out there, Brayden, to
yeah.
the main one. Yeah, so Floppy Plays Games shows you some of the stuff that I've actually played and finished as well. I finished Grease, which I found out is pronounced like grease, like greasy car.
Mm-hmm.
Like Grease Lightning.
I was just about to say that.
That is a brilliant game. It was like 4 hours long.
Grease Lightning.
Yep. So good. Very beautiful. You
Yeah,
would like
the
it.
art in this game is stunning.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's literally like no instructions. You just figure it out, but it's so
Chelsea
simple.
in chat. James Eater.
Twin James.
Goddamn.
Brayden,
Hi.
what do you do?
I also do another podcast, which is all about movies. And you can find that over on YouTube and on your podcast services of choice at Millennial Movie Talk, where you can hear myself and my friends chat about TV shows and movies. Most recently, I was really late on editing the video for the episode from last week. So within 24 hours, we've had both our episodes go up on YouTube. We've been chatting heaps about Ted Lasso and The Sopranos lately. Obviously, the Spider-Man
one's better?
trailer.
Sopranos.
That's tough because the two people who are watching it currently haven't finished it yet, but they have finished Ted Lasso so far. And Ted Lasso is apparently the most wholesome show in the world.
Yeah, don't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Too sweet, too saccharine.
You can't stand it. for
No,
being-
I need
Too
the
nice.
I need the harsh
You need some bitter.
harsh fisting of reality.
Fair enough. Well, if you want that, you can go to South Park's post-COVID special.
I will.
Because it's apparently amazing. If you watch this video, there is a part where... Actually, I could probably find it. I won't. There's a part in our video where they say the core, like, reveal of the special, and my face is just complete shock and awe. And you can also hear me guff about the new Dune.
You Doom.
Dune.
Oh, Doom. So
June.
how is The Rock?
Dune.
he good?
I do that on the show as well. I introduce the entire thing, and then at the end I say, it's Dune. And everyone goes, what the fuck, Brayden? You got it completely wrong. It's Dune.
Can I say, like, it has taken me an embarrassing long amount of time, but I finally threw your podcast on and was listening to it while I rode to work.
Hell yeah.
I was thoroughly enjoying your segments where you talk about the classic films that you hadn't seen before.
Yeah, classic callouts is how we always open the show, just to really point out how much good shit we haven't watched.
Oh, dude, I could make lists for you.
No, they want good stuff.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that there's so the last one we did was Dances with Wolves.
First of all, I can't believe that was on your list.
Yep.
That's a terrible film.
It's Avatar.
It's supposed to... Yeah, it's Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Like, except Avatar was amazing
Yeah.
and beautiful.
I think we talked so much about Avatar while we were talking about Dances with Wolves
You did.
that we are going to just watch Avatar and talk about it at some point because we've all really want to watch it again. And Steph hasn't seen it, so we're going to get her to watch it for the first time.
Now we spoke about it briefly, or we messaged about it briefly because you'd watched Strangers on a Train.
Yes, that was excellent.
I'm a big Hitchcock fan. Do you have Rear Window?
I think one person on the show has watched Rear Window, so
Shit,
I don't
that
think
is
it's
my
on the list.
Favorite Hitchcock film.
But it is very much on my list, and I will be watching it soon. Because
Do you have The
it was really good.
Untouchables?
And it was my first Hitchcock film that I'd ever seen with Rear Window.
really?
Not Rear Window.
Strangers on a Train.
It was excellent. And
Yeah.
like, damn, this Hitchcock guy is really something to look out on.
That thing, man, he's they never go the way that you think they're gonna go.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. But yeah, that's Millennium Movie Talk, movie podcast.
And I do a thing as well as this called Bad Game Arts, where I look up the very worst art that has appeared in video game history. So I've
You've
thrown a couple up
Found some
recently.
shockers.
This one's called Codename Matt.
By Derek Brewster for the 48K Spectrum.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it has a cover of a young person in a spacesuit.
Definitely not Luke Skywalker.
No, that laser sword's
No,
yellow.
no.
That definitely doesn't look like a cartoon Mark Hamill, no.
No.
There's no Obi-Wan behind him. In
No.
the
With his heart on the outside of his body. No,
Oh.
no, not it at all. And I like the way his name Matt is on his helmet. That's codename Matt. I had some others in there as well, Brayden. Oh, yes, another Karnov, where the Iron Sheik is here getting peed on by a pterodactyl.
Is he shooting lasers out of the pterodactyl's penis?
No, the pterodactyl's pooing on him. You should know something about that. And then the T-Rex there, you can see, has no center of gravity. So Karnov with the Iron Sheik, it's a good time for everyone on the NES.
What the fuck?
And next on Bad Game Arts, we've got Penetrator.
I
for
can't
the
even
64.
read that.
Wow, that font is atrocious.
I just like they're penetrating something and it's going down a long hole.
Is that how you spell penetrator? It looks like penetrator.
It's
So the T is there,
yep.
and then the R starts there,
Yep.
but there's a V.
I don't think that's how you spell it. I think there's an A in there somewhere.
Oh, they're in an A, all right.
Melbourne House, what are you doing?
God, that is just... I could not... If you hadn't have told me, it would have taken me probably a good 3 minutes to figure out what that said.
Good old Penetrator. So Bad Game Arts, check it out. I put up lots of really bad, weird stuff.
There was one I saw the other day that was fucking horrible.
Yeah, it was on Bad Game Arts.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you put one up that was like, literally, it was atrocious.
Was it this lad?
That's the one.
That's not that one, but that's
The Nintendo Power magazine for Mega Man 3. And the best part, in the Instagram stories, I usually put the art up and do something to it. This one, I put googly eye GIFs on them. And it looked great.
Because
Why?
it's just this image anyway?
Yep.
Why is his face sliding off of his skull?
I don't know, but his dog looks like he's seen some shit. Look at it.
His dog has just ate some shit. Some of his shit that has some edible shit in it. You know what I mean?
All right, Floppy, enough swearing. You're very cool. But we've been Hack the Dino. Be sure to head on over to hackthedino.com and follow us on all the socials that you can see listed there. Tell your friends, leave a review, join our Patreon, jump in there. We've got a very special show coming up next fortnight. Or next week, depending on when you're listening to this. We've got a special guest coming. See if you can guess who it is. Leave a comment down below.
Daryl Braithwaite.
It's Daryl Braithwaite. It's Karnov. It's the Iron Sheik. He's here to urinate on all of us.
Daryl Levine. And her husband, not Chad Kroger.
It's Chad Kroger. And I don't know. Other stuff. Other things are coming your way. Big end of year special. We're going to all have a fun time with lots of streamers. There'll be no streamers. I'll make, honestly, the bare minimum effort, truth be told.
Did you know Chad Kroger was massive into... like
Scat.
No, like the reenactments of nativity scenes and stuff.
Oh, Scat.